Hello, everybody. It's once again your boy Wookie, and I have with me Rylionn here. Oh, hey, we're live. Sorry. yeah,
Are we like
yeah,
live?
yeah, for sure.
Oh,
I
my
sorry, I
oh
didn't.
no, that's my bad. I didn't know we were live. Are they can't hear us though, right?
Yeah, they could hear us.
Oh, everyone can hear us. Oh, okay, no worries. Hello and welcome everybody
sorry.
to the stream itself. That is okay. It is your boy Rylionn, and joining me tonight is the wonderful, absolutely amazing Wookie monster himself. So everybody say hello to him. But yes, tonight we have Team Green versus Team Brown. Definitely looking forward to this game. We versed Green actually last week, and if I should just go look at the schedule because I don't remember who Brown versed last week. But we have seen both of these teams. I am very much looking forward to how each of them are going to do today. I always, of course, want to see a game 3 Wookiee, but
yeah.
based off of what we have seen and what we have done throughout, the last 2 weeks here. Like, how are you feeling about this matchup? Like, do you feel like it's just going to go to 3 games, 2-0, 0-2? How are you feeling?
I feel like it's gonna get to game three. I think both of these teams, from what we saw last week, they definitely have what it takes to get to that game three and make it a spicy series for us. Just like yesterday's.
Just
Yesterday's
like
matchup
yesterday.
was definitely a banger. So
I gotta admit, it was a banger. I loved every moment of yesterday's matchup. I mean, Team Black is definitely a worthy opponent, I will say so, because like game one, back and forth quite a bit. Game two and three were just neck and neck for a good portion. Like they were ahead by 2K gold, and we were ahead by 2K gold. Like it was crazy. If you haven't seen yesterday's match, go check it out. Awesome. Spoiler alerts, I was MVP.
yeah, definitely a good job on that one. Congratulations yet again.
I mean, it
Um,
was all my team. It was 100% my team. I mean, shout out to Mustard, Volps, Laser, and Manny. Like every single one of you guys did amazing yesterday. I am incredibly happy with how we just did as a team. But that is not who we are here to see tonight, though. We are here
sure.
to see tonight Team Green and Team Brown. Team Green is going to be starting on red side here tonight, and Team Brown will be starting on blue side. And for blue side, we have It's Noble in the top lane, Rich and Smart in the jungle, Daddy Pacific in the mid lane, Hammered TF up, and we have Spare 11 or Spare XI as support. Once again, that is going to be Team Brown. And for Team Green, Wookie, go ahead and break it down for us.
Gonna be Windward Ocean subbing in for their top laner, and it's Arsenic Fox in the jungle, Boxing of Kittens in mid lane, Fizzed everywhere as ADC, and our one and only Primus Multus as support. And they have already started draft, so it is on the screen for everybody there at home.
All
And
right.
we already have a couple of bands flying through.
Okay.
Green will lose one ban for ESUB, and then one ban because of some issues that they had last week with some of the rulings. So they are going to lose two bans here. We do see that Brown decided to ban out Caitlyn and Hecarim off of
Yes.
Green. So
I'm
definitely,
kind of surprised with the Hecarim, to be honest. I don't think we saw any Caitlyn play last week from Green. Maybe they've been practicing it a lot more. Those OP.GGs come in clutch. So maybe they just don't want to deal with just the Caitlyn in general, just being, the amount of range that she has. She's able to poke you out early, plus her consistent damage all the way throughout the entirety of the game, is kind of a problem. But the Hecarim, I understand.
yeah, Hecarim.
Definitely got to get rid of Rich and Smart's Hecarim. 100% couldn't agree more with that. And then the set ban coming from It's Noble as well. So I'm sorry, of Windward and
Windward.
Arsenic Fox. I apologize.
Yeah, I think
Were the two.
Windward, like, I mean, any top laner nowadays is gonna try to run set. I mean, he's just so good. That
Oh,
haymaker, the face
he,
breaker, everything about him is just like a breaker, right?
everything about him, yeah, it's just like a break you kind of
Mm-hmm.
champion. And back when Stridebreaker in its original form in that dash, that he doesn't have a gap closer for a reason other than his pull, which I don't really consider a gap closer because he can miss it really easily. Like Stridebreaker just added a whole new element of just really badness for whomever he was versing. But we have the York pick actually coming in for Delaware Derby, which I'm assuming is going to be in the top side. We do have the flex pick, it looks like. Oh, never mind. They're going to go ahead and go actually with the Xin Zhao. More than likely, it's going to be Jungle Xin Zhao. Or Xin Zhao, my apologies.
Same
But
thing.
yeah, I dream of memes. They are a force to be reckoned with. Like I said, we versed them last week. Was not a good time for my team. 0-2. Oh, and the Cho'Gath. I believe that's going to be Cho'Gath top lane, and then Xin Zhao in the jungle there. York is going to be the top laner here for Delaware Derby. How do you like that matchup, the Cho'Gath into the York itself? I mean, I feel like his E is going to be able to take care of the ghouls quite easily. The only real problem that he's going to have is can he use his ultimate on the
On the maiden?
fair maiden? Yeah, on the maiden.
Yeah, for sure. It is
Okay.
definitely a Cho'Gath favorite matchup, yeah, but it
I
really
would say so, yeah.
depends on how York plays it out. Because if he misses his E at any time, that allows Cho'Gath to just kind of punish the ghouls and outpush him. So
That is true. That is very, very true. But Echo, it looks like, is going to be the jungler here. So Xin Zhao and Echo. Actually, it could be an Echo mid lane as well. I can't definitely say it's going to be Echo jungle, but I would assume it's going to be Echo jungle. Ooh, and the Vayne
ooh,
coming
okay.
out from Hammered. I do like that. Into what we have so far, a Vayne into a Cho'Gath late game, it's going to be a bad time for Cho'Gath, definitely. The kiting capabilities from Vayne plus the damage output. She's a tank shredder. We all know that's what she is. That's how she plays this game. So I think that's a very good pick to have in the first round, because now that kind of limits what they can go ahead and pick later on. Are we going to go straight for assassins? Are we going to go for more tanks? Because that's what Vayne's really good up against. Are the tanky champions. But
Yeah, true.
Jinx is going to be the answer to that. So I do like the range on Jinx into the Vayne. So that's a good way of being able to poke out. Yeah, you're going to use a little bit of mana early on, in regards to the rockets and everything. But I still think that's worth it in order to get that early damage out, because rockets, quote me if I'm wrong, is 120%, correct?
Something
80?
like that. Yes, for sure.
So getting that extra damage, getting the extra range, plus I'm assuming, if you're a good Jinx, you're going to go lethal tempo. You're just going to be able to shoot even more rockets, as time goes forward. You're going to get a Runaan's Hurricane. You're going to go ahead and get other, of course, damage items as well. So that's just going to add up, as the line goes down. But we have the Blitzcrank bands and the Nautilus as well. So they definitely are respecting Primus's Nautilus. We banned him completely last week, 100%. And I think that's something that we're going to see a lot going forward. He is known for his Nautilus play, but we can't discount the Leona. Like, he can just pull out a different one as well. That's something else. Ooh, J4. That's a good ban. I like that. And the Anivia. Okay, so Box of Kittens cannot use Anivia. We did see the Anivia last week. That was a problem. The AoEs, the slows, the walls. Box did extremely, extremely good on the Anivia, and I think also respecting and getting rid of that. 3 main picks. Hecarim, Nautilus, Anivia. I think are 3 really solid bans. The Set and the Caitlyn are interchangeable, I feel, depending on how the matchups go. Because Cho'Gath could be a bigger problem potentially than a Set can, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it really depends. Like, if Cho'Gath gets big early on, it's like impossible to stop him. But Set does do a lot of damage to tanks, so it's kind of like who gets ahead first.
Exactly, at that point. Ooh, and the Morgana's
Wow.
going to be the support here for memes, and the Kassadin pick for Derby coming in. So that is going to be the mid laner, and that is definitely an Echo jungle, so that's been solidified at this point. Let's see, they have yet to pick the mid laner for memes, Dream of Memes. My
Oh, it's gonna be
apologies.
Galio instead. Okay.
Oh, okay, so they
Okay,
didn't even
okay. No.
solidify.
They
Oh,
were
okay.
just
They were just messing with us.
they
They
were
didn't.
messing with us.
They didn't know. They didn't know. And Diagon's, yes, the beard is back, my friend. You got to see me yesterday. You didn't even miss me. It's okay. I was barely gone. But the Galio Kassadin, I like that pick. I believe it's going to be Kassadin. Actually, they didn't even
Ooh.
lock in. They went with Nico.
Okay.
Interesting.
That is definitely
Now,
interesting.
I don't know why they would go with the Nico with a Morgana there. You know what I mean? Like the spell
Yeah.
shield. I don't know. I really liked the Kassadin pick because they have that's just building like a late game comp. Maybe they didn't want to rely too much on having two characters as a late game champions. You know, Kassadin and Vayne being more of like the late game carries. Nico, you can do a lot of damage consistently throughout the entirety of the game. Not that Kassadin doesn't do damage, but his ulti is just kind of single focused. They already have the assassin on Echo. They already have the assassin on Vayne. They didn't necessarily need a third one with the Kassadin. So Nico, I think, is a good pick on that one. You know, good team-based AoE ultis. You're able to juke people out with the clone and everything along those lines.
That is going to be an Orianna.
Okay. Orianna into the Nico. You're a mid lane god. How do you feel if you're the Orianna? How do you feel about going into a Nico personally?
If I'm an Orianna going into Nico, I have to be making sure I dodge those roots, because and making sure that I try to counter with at least damage or shielding myself, or both.
True. Very true.
But yeah, that's definitely a skill matchup, and you know, if Nico gets more poke in than Orianna, then she'll win. If the vice versa happens, then Orianna will win. So.
Does Serpent's Fane work effectively against Morgana shields as well? Does that also lower Morgana shields? Do you know?
I honestly don't know. I thought it was for just basic shields, but I might be wrong.
Okay, yeah, because I don't know what that includes for Serpent's Fane in general, but they have the Orianna shields, they have the Morgana shields, you know, Xin Zhao also gains a shield, if I'm not mistaken, whenever his ulti is popped. So I feel like this would be a good Serpent's Fane game for Vayne in general. You know, I already know she's going to go Kraken Slayer more than likely. But I'm not going to lie, like, you've told me this, and I've had a lot of feedback from people as well. Gale Force is just such a very... I think it is my favorite ADC mythic item, Gale Force.
Okay.
The mobility is disgusting. The execute damage coming in with the magic damage as well, disgusting. Plus, once you go Coup de Grace, you do an additional 8% as well. Like, and then if you were to get a collector on top of that, it's like, ooh, and it targets the lowest person automatically, so you don't even have to try. It's not even like the closest individual or anything like that. It is the lowest individual. It goes into bushes as well without vision, by the way. It's just the nastiest item. It is so gross.
That's true. I mean, there's the ups and downs, I mean, of both Kraken and Gale Force. So it's definitely something you have to kind of, you know, look into a little bit more when you're judging on whether to get which one, because, you know, the true damage from Kraken Slayer is obviously really huge in the right cases. So definitely good choices.
And on Vayne, it's not terrible because, you know, she goes press the attack, you know, and then she also has her passive that's just every third strike. So those third hits are definitely going to add up over time. Like, I'm 100% not against a Kraken Slayer. Don't get me wrong. I love it. You know, an Immortal Shield Bow, very situational depending on if they have a lot of assassins and things like that. But a majority of the time, I'm probably going to end up going Gale Force because it just has great utility base. You have disengage, you have engage. It gets you out of really sticky situations. Sometimes you can dodge skill shots. Like, it just has so much more utility around it than a Kraken Slayer does. And that's the reason why I love it a lot more. But going into the overall picks, like, just looking at both teams, who are you favoring so far?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I mean, both of these teams kind of, you know, have an identity of what they want to do. Like, Derby Brown wants to just, you know, kind of split the map 4-1, have York just split all game while the rest of the Fortune team fight pretty efficiently with all the stacking CC, the Echo W, the Galio ultimate, the Nico ultimate. They have enough peel tools for Vayne to kind of, you know, do the 4-1 like that. On the other hand, we have the full team fight, you know, standard Orianna, Cho'Gath, Morgana, just big team fight stuff. Just send Xin Zhao in there for funsies and make Cho'Gath really big in scale with Jinx as well. So I think I have to give it to Green, actually. I think they might have an easier time pulling off the team fight comp. Because York, you know, like I said, if he gets behind to the Cho'Gath, he kind of doesn't do the same thing you want Cho'Gath to do. So
that is a valid point. I can't disagree. You know, Jinx is a great hyper carry. Vayne has the potential to be also a great hyper carry as well. So like I love both of these teams' comps overall. I can't say one is 100% better in any way, shape, or form than the other at all.
Yeah.
Like both teams are very well balanced. I love the Galio tank, and Yorick. They have a Cho'Gath and a Xin Zhao. Like it's just so well matched up. Like I am very excited for game number 1. So I can't even. This is the first time. If I had to pick one, if I absolutely had to, gun to my head, fate of the universe, you just got to pick one. I'm gonna go with Brown on this one. For just the simple fact that they have the Galio taunt along with the Nico ultis. Like it's just so big. They have so much AoE damage, and I know that they have the Shockwave and they have the rockets coming in. Once Jinx gets a rune in Hurricane, she's able to do AoE damage on everyone. But
Okay.
I'm gonna go with
Chat
green
saying,
because of
chat saying douse the green teams.
I love green. I love
Oh,
green's
man.
comp. I love the Jinx. I love the Morgana. Primus. We're seeing instead of on a pull type engaged champion, he has a binding.
That's
so that is something a little bit different. I'm excited to see how this goes. He also has the spell shield into the Galio as well. It's just all gonna be about timing really, for the bot lane specifically, because if Vayne gets ahead just even a little bit, she's going to snowball out of control, and Cho'Gath late game is going to be absolutely useless. I'm sorry, he just will be. The Vayne damage output is unreal.
Okay.
But Jinx, on the other hand, if she also gets ahead early, she is that same snowball. So it's really going to be
Who's going to get ahead first, right? Like that's the name of the game. That honestly, or if nothing happens, then we'll have a really good team fights during the later stages of the game. I don't think that'll happen though. I mean, we have seen these silver teams kind of go head to head early on and wait out for 10 minutes and start to do stuff. So it's kind of a hit or miss, I think, for this first game at least.
That is true. It really, it's 50-50. I said if I had to pick a team, it would be Brown, just for the simple fact that they have just more AoE in general, in my opinion.
Okay.
But I really, really like Green's comp really badly. The Orianna Shockwave. It's just they kind of do conflicting things. Xin Zhao pushes everybody out. Orianna pulls everybody in. So if they mistime that, that's just going to be hella unfortunate. That's really what it comes down to. Morgana's able to lock everybody down as well, but once again, it's just Xin Zhao has that huge disruptor where he just throws everybody away. It just doesn't mix well with Morgana and Orianna. While on the other hand over here, Nico can go ahead, or Galio Nico, they don't conflict. Same thing with Echo. Everything about their ultis just don't. They mesh so much better together if they're able to stack them on top. And that's pretty much it. That's all I'm saying.
That's fair. And for all of our viewers out there, we're going to go into an ad break, but we'll be back. And for our subscribers, you don't have to worry about a thing.
Not a thing.
Not a thing. And I mean, I agree with some of your points that you made, but I just think the Xin Zhao ult doesn't really matter when you have that communication that Green does, right? We saw it last week. I feel like we're gonna see it again.
Okay, valid point. I cannot argue with that statement. They do have great communication. They had great macro play as well. I'm not arguing that in the least bit. It's just all it takes is just one misclick. And I'm not saying that they will do that, and I don't hope that they do that. I could just see where it's just an accidental thing where it's all right, here we go, boom, Xin Zhao ultis. Next thing you know, it just pulled everybody outside of the Orianna ulti. I think that they're going to time it well. I think Orianna's going to go first, then Xin Zhao's going to ulti afterwards, and I think that's just how they're going to do it every single time.
Okay, fair enough. We'll see as we load into game 1.
Let's go.
Let's
I'm excited.
All right, me too. I feel like this is going to be kind of an explosive matchup. Like I said, it could go, one of a few ways, and I hope it's going to be a banger first game.
Yeah, Primus has a lot to...
He had a lot to say last night, that's for sure.
He didn't believe in us game 1, and that was fair. We lost game 1. But games 2 and 3, he was just I don't know too much about this. And then he even said last night, he's damn, I got to do good every single game if we go to game 3. So Primus, no pressure, man. No pressure. You got this, bud. You got
Woo.
this.
Well, thank you, Rylionn, for the gifted sub to Gruno, and thank you, Snacks, for keeping the sub with Prime for 3 months. That's
You
awesome.
are welcome. Yes, Gruno, thanks for joining us tonight. We would not be here without all of you wonderful, wonderful folks. So thank you so very much for tuning in. You guys are awesome. And we hope to bring you 3 amazing games here tonight. Sometimes that ends up being 2, but you never know.
You never know.
What is Brown standing right now? I don't remember.
Brown is 0-2, while Green is 2-0.
2-0.
So,
okay.
We're on the opposite kind of ends of this game. So, I mean, if Green gets 2-0, that means that they're gonna be tied with Brown after this. So, but if on the other hand Green 2-0s, then they're gonna be in first place still.
Yep, exactly. And until instead of Green gets 2-0, they can't be Green anymore.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. And we are now loaded into game 1.
That's funny.
Green versus Brown.
Ooh. Alright, definitely looking forward to this. Now, you all already know, I hope that we get an early invade. Now, coming from both of these teams, I would say the invade is definitely in favor of Green. They have the Morgana, they have the Cho'Gath knockup, like they just have a lot of early CC. Cho'Gath's going straight top lane, so he's not going to be a part of this. And it looks like we might have just the traditional 5-point start from both teams, which, once again, nice and safe. Can't argue with it.
I mean, yeah, I would love to see an invade on the first game because, it's like risky, but like they have a Nico on the side of Brown. They have, the Galio taunt if they really want to like spice things up. So, I mean, they could do it, I feel, but hey, if they want to play safe, that's fine.
I like the vision coming in from the Orianna over the wall to catch out the Galio a little bit early. Just see, what's up. Of course, they spotted out the ward as well, which Orianna's walking over. So, they definitely just got vision of her and things like that. But, nice, simple, start. Ooh, okay, we have Fizzed and Primus starting off in the first and second bush, more towards the blue side. Got hella pings coming in all over the map to destroy their nexus, so get prepared for like 45 seconds of straight pinging. Sorry about that, everybody.
I think that's fine. But it shows that they want to appeal to us, and there's already 1 route onto Boxing and Kittens. That's not good for her. She has to, like I said in the pre-game, she has to dodge those, I feel.
Yep. If she can't dodge him, it's just gonna, like you said, she's gonna get poked out, and then next thing you know, Nico's gonna be roaming across the map, getting triple kills all over the place, and that's all she wrote. But they didn't end up do anything with the early cheese bush strat there on bot lane. I was kind of staring at them down there, seeing if anything was gonna happen. Jinx with the typical, range over Vayne. I'm expected to see. Ooh, I thought that was going to hit. Never mind. I was like waiting for it. I expect them to see them pushed in quite a bit. And we have an early gank coming in from Rich and Smart on to the Orianna. Box of Kittens is forced to flash. The stun does land. Very nice. Just on the tip of her toe there. So that is going to be a nice trade in favor of Team Derby.
Yep, that was
Delaware Derby.
That was a good early gank to force out a flash. Hopefully Daddy Pacific can kind of abuse that because, as soon as you hit a root, it's pretty much you combo and she's dead.
Yep, absolutely. And trust me, dude, I did the same thing last week like a million times. They kept on saying Daddy Specific. It's like, no, it's Daddy Pacific.
True.
And, but, yep, here we go. Fizz everywhere. I mean, he is quite a menace. And, yeah, interchanging between the rockets and the machine gun. I definitely expected to see them pushed up quite a bit. So I would expect Rich and Smart to be kind of focused on the bot side a little bit. They are going to have those deep vision, wards out there. It's not just going to be in the bush itself. They're going to be having it deep into the river, around Scuttle and things like that. So they have to be wary of that deep vision coming in from Primus because he is very good at doing that.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, look at where the junglers are pathing right now. Rich is Smart up in the top lane while, Xin Zhao's or Arsenic Fox is just kind of farming.
Ooh.
Windward's
Flash
forced to
comes in
flash.
from Cho'Gath. Yep, I do like that. It's Noble getting pretty low. Good turnaround. I think he handled himself pretty well. Did have to burn the flash, though. The stun didn't land from Echo this time, unfortunately. But, you know, hey, 2 sums, 2 ganks. I think that's 100%. Like, great in my book. Like, that's a very successful jungler. That's exactly what you want. If you're not getting kills, oh, the return gank coming in. Nose flash isn't available. The stun does go off. It's Noble is going to land the E to get the slow. Traps him inside, and first blood goes on over to Rich and Smart. Good job. Now, that's exactly what you want to do. You know the flash is already burned. He's going to go ahead and push up. You just go ahead and wrap around. There's no vision. I love it. Well executed from Derby there. Now, does land the stun. It looks like the knock-up. The taunt does come through as well from Spare. The exhaust is going to go ahead and go off. The bind is going to land as well, and the kill's going to go on over to Fizz everywhere. Does get excited. 2 tower shots, though, unfortunately, gets really low. Let's see if it's going to stick around. Ooh, the ball's on. Fizz everywhere. Dear God.
Just in the name, I think it's obvious that they want to go ballsy. I mean, they do have the range
Valid.
advantage, and on both of their
Ooh,
people.
Binding's gonna land as well. The W's gonna hit. Ooh, does get. Oh, I don't know why she condemned out of the tower. That the flash forward. Come on, you gotta. Oh.
So close.
Whew, that was so close. Yeah,
close.
flash forward from Fizz everywhere. So no sums on bot lane's ADC on Team Green. Flash is still available for Hammered, and Flash and Ignite are both available for Galio. That's unfortunate. You don't want to die with all your sums. I've done that plenty of times.
Yeah, it's all right. And I mean, this is what we were talking about. I mean, they have an early lead on Jinx, and now they kind of have to keep that lead if they want to, you know, shut Vayne down before she gets to that late game scaling.
That is true, but she's already doing a really phenomenal job in terms of farming even. So she went back, got a Noon Quiver. Vayne was only able to get a dagger, some boots, and a Vision Ward. Like, that is not a good sign. You're already pushed underneath tower. You're down by like 11 farm and a kill, so essentially like 26 farm overall. Like, you need to last hit and freeze this thing and just pray that Echo comes down soon.
Yeah, I mean, he's been ganking the other lanes.
Yep.
If they want to, you know, have this ocean drag on the board, he could definitely come down, and they could start something with a Galio and Echo.
That is very true, and Primus is doing a phenomenal job landing these bindings, though. I must say, like, he is not just about the hooks, he is also about the bindings. We do see a little bit of action coming in from Fizzed everywhere. Okay, he's going to go ahead and pop the rockets. The disengage straight from Spare. He did not want to engage that at all. He knows how much stronger she is. 1 whole level, up by about 20 farm and a kill. Like, that's just not where you want to be right now if you're the support. Another great binding. Oh my god. Primus, you're a monster, my friend.
Wait.
Oh, Arctic Fox is there. The flash forward doesn't land the taunt, though. Unfortunately, the spell shield is up. Does fall. Alright, there we go. Vayne's going to go ahead and pick up the kill onto the Jin. It's Noble went ahead and teleport onto the bot lane. Nico's going to go ahead and flash forward. Ultimate pops off. Richard Smart's going to go ahead and pick up a second kill. Primus is going to go ahead and get very low. Can they get the third off? Hammer's going to take 2 kills. Very successful. 2 for just 1. I will take that all day, every day. Very nice. I mean, a lot of sums used on both sides, but definitely much needed. 2 kills on over to Hammered, and the sums used on Primus, the flash used, but it did not happen in time. Great job coming in from Delaware Derby.
Yeah, look at those. Look at the wards down in the alcove area. You know, the bot lane on green had no idea those were there, so it was good on Noble to TP in there. And I mean, I don't know why Windward didn't follow up.
Daddy is getting caught out. It looks like, okay, the shockwave does come through. All right, nice condemn coming in from the Vayne. The E is going to go in, but doesn't hit anybody. The taunt's going to go in and land on Box of Kins. Flash is going to be used. He's going to be down. Richard Smart's going to go ahead and pick up his 3rd kill. The game part of Multis is looking pretty low, and Daddy is going to go ahead and pick that up. Very nice. And they are just taking kill after kill, fight after fight. They didn't even get the back.
Yeah, they took 2 fights back to back, and now they get an Ocean Drake on top of that.
Ooh, wow, that you could not ask for anything better. They now extended their lead to about 1K. They're now going to get a very nice back, but they're going to go ahead and trade Rift. Oh, it's Noble, though. He's going to catch them out.
Wait, it's
Level
a 2v1?
Yeah, I don't know if he wants to be that close. Echo's going to go ahead and make his way down there. Jinx ulti just went off. Didn't hit anybody, unfortunately. Echo's going to go ahead and make his way down to the Rift Herald. Okay, it's Noble's getting close. Smite's going to be used. Arsenic's going to go ahead and pick up the Echo. Oh, I'm sorry, the Rift Herald. It doesn't matter. They're going to go ahead and focus their attention. Actually, it's going to be split. Arsenic Fox is going to get caught out, though. Nice Galio roam. The taunt's coming through, and it's Noble's going to pick up his first kill. Wow, they are just taking really good position. Great communication coming in from Delaware Derby right now. And if they can keep this up, I think the momentum is just going to just sway, and that is going to be the first game for Team Brown, like I had said.
Oh,
Woo!
man. I don't want my prediction to go Ari here. Hammered, though.
Oh, here we go. Very nice. Oh, the Condemned didn't hit. Unfortunately, the binding's going to land. The flash forward, the exhaust did go off as well. I don't know what the Spell Shield's going to do, but he's going to do some attack damage, baby. One more auto's all it takes. Fizz Everywhere is now by himself, but it doesn't matter. Nice trap's going to be landing. Now, we do have Xin Zhao right above them in the jungle. He might be able to collapse on them, but Fizz Everywhere is going to be very low. Yep. The engage. Nope, doesn't matter. Heal's going to be burned to get that extra movement speed. Okay, there we go. These are the trades that Hammered wants to take. Ulti is up, so he still has that available. The slow's going to be popped. Now it's going to be a 3v2 situation. Oriana's on the way. They have to back up. They did catch her out, though. They have a vision ward in the tri-bush, but they're still close. The shockwave doesn't land. Actually, it does land onto Spare. Doesn't matter. He's going to go ahead and E out of there. Very nice. Arsenic Fox still isn't level 6. Just hit it now. Just kidding. Doesn't matter. Daddy is going to go ahead and come as well. The binding's going to land. The ulti's going to go off. Very nice. Oh, Xin Zhao's going to use the ulti. Doesn't hit anybody. Box of Kin's going to go down to Hammered. Wow. They are taking so many bad trades right now. It is unreal. They just go in one at a time, and that's exactly how Vayne, Galio want to play this. One at a time, baby.
And I mean, that is a very fed Hammered. I said that Jinx had a lead. I guess that's Caster Curse.
Yeah, every time we mention something, it just happens the opposite way. And back to top lane we go. Windward's actually getting poked down quite heavily by the Maiden, but doesn't matter. Director Camera has other plans. The binding is going to land on Galio, but they cannot engage this. Vayne has to use some of this gold that she has right now. She has 1,100 currently on her person.
Yeah. Jinx also has 12k, or yeah. No, not 12k. That is wrong, man. 1k. 1.2k. But Windward getting like chunked out under tower. Feels bad.
Yeah, that Maiden is such a pain. Like nothing is going well for Green at the moment. I'm not saying that they don't have the capabilities of being able to take this back, because they definitely do. But it's going to be very difficult, especially with the position that Hammered is in right now. Also, Rich and Smart is 100% my MVP vote right now. He has been so relevant across the map, getting ganks in every single lane, burning summoners early, like doing a phenomenal job as a jungler. Phenomenal.
Yeah. He was burning early flashes, and now that those leads has transitioned into more and more kills. So good on him to push for those very early on.
Very. Doing a very great job. Daddy does not have any mana, though, so he should be wary when looking to make this fight. Rich and Smart's going to go to make his way there. Binding's going to come actually from Primus. Galio ulti's going to be used just in case. Great backup. I like the utilization coming in from Spare. Very nice. Binding's going to go ahead and land on Box of Cans. The E doesn't hit. Shockwave's going to go off and hit nobody, unfortunately. And back they go. That is like 3 unfortunate shockwaves. Actually 2, I'm sorry. We had one pretty good one early game, but after that level 6, we have not seen another good one since then. The knockup's going to go ahead and land as well. The Cho'Gath still has ulti. Flash is going to be used from both It's Noble, and the ulti's going to go off. Munch. Give me that stack. York's going to fall.
Yeah, good comeback in the top lane at least. At least he's getting something for himself, as we just saw him pushed under tower, so good return kill. Let's see if he can push this wave in and deny York some more farm. Rift Herald's on the bot side, but didn't do anything.
Didn't do a single I think it was just one of those things like, I have to use it now or else we lose it anyways. And, Xin Zhao just was forced to use it in the jungle and just have it waltz, unfortunately, to his death. Dragon is up, though, in 7 seconds. It's a Cloud Drake, so hopefully we get to see an Infernal Drake. Who knows? Arsenic Fox is going to get engaged, though, by Rich and Smart. Taken down. No flashes over the wall, straight into a Galio taunt. Very nice. He is going to be taken down, though, by Spare. The focus now on the Primus. All right, here we go. The Spare's going to go in and get knocked out by Windward. Forces the flash. Fizz everywhere's going to go in and show up now. Does hit the slow. The rockets are going off, and the ulti is going to go ahead and get sniped. Very nice binding as well onto Richard Smart. The ulti is going to go ahead and be used. Silence comes in. Boxakin is going to go ahead and flank from the top side. Really great fight right now for Team Green. It doesn't matter. Shockwave's going to go ahead. Daddy Pacific does take down the Morgana, but gets taken down herself by the Cho'Gath, it looks like. Oh, I'm sorry, the Orianna. And yeah, Vayne is going to be forced to back off, so it is going to be 2 for 2. Xin Zhao's going to go and make his way down to the ocean. Oh, I'm sorry, to the Air Dragon, and yeah, they're just going to go ahead and give that one up. Don't blame them. Not too concerned. 10%, you can have one, but let's see that. Yes, Infernal Drake. Let's go, Infernal Soul.
Yeah, but just to follow up on that fight, I mean, they Green got a lot of shutdowns that one. I think it was 2 shutdowns. Not sure, I don't remember who it was on, but definitely Fizzed Everywhere benefited a lot from that. And I wish they could have got hammered, because that would have solidified at least the comeback. They are still 2K behind, though, so they have some sort of lead for themselves at least.
That is true. Yeah, it is unfortunate that the Vayne didn't fall. I mean, that is obviously a great thing for Team Derby, but it is not a good thing for Team Meme. So they need to look out. Yeah, there we go. They're going to go ahead and clear the vision. I like Primus is just going to exert his dominance there and, you know, say, I see you. You can't chase us in that bush. We did see a lot of that. You know, last week they did try to do that early in game, so they obviously know not to fall for that.
Yeah,
all right, we got some nice
switch.
trades going into the mid lane. Yeah. Oh, yeah, good point. I just realized that's Jinx, not Orianna. So you don't see that often. All right, but Fizz Everywhere is going to go ahead and get caught out. The Soul's going to go ahead and be used. The Maiden's going to be dropped as well. Prime's going to land a binding. Very nice. Not in tower range, unfortunately, but Fizz Everywhere is getting poked down to a dangerously low level. Forced to back off there. Vayne and Galio are going to stick to the bot lane, though, against Boxing of Kittens. And yeah, doesn't have any vision. Okay, yeah, she is gonna play safe. All right, never mind. Those E's are just coming up just a little bit too short, unfortunately. And that's just one thing it's just such an easy read. Like, Galio has the most obvious engage. He sets down, he goes backwards, and then dashes forward. It's so easy to, you know, step back, step left, step right. You know, it's just, if you're far enough, that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, there's definitely some preparation you can do when you see that happen. But you know, this lane switch, I don't know if it's the right thing to do, considering, you know, the bot lane was starting to get a lead here. Fizzed Everywhere.
Oh yes, the Gale Force is going to be used. Very nice to dodge the Nico ulti, but it doesn't matter. Hammer's going to go in and follow up as well. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to engage, that's the only bad thing, is if you use Gale Force to dodge something while also not moving towards your tower, and you don't have flash or anything available, like, you're sitting duck at that point. It is pretty unfortunate. Arsenic Fox looking for the flank. Knows that they don't have any vision. Or no, I'm sorry, they do have vision. My scoreboard was covering that.
Yeah, I mean, it was just unfortunate that Primus just kind of left Fizz in that fight. I don't know what the communication was like right there, but I think Primus was clearing vision around the mid lane while that happened.
Yeah. And Soviet has an interesting point. Zen on the Eclipse. In this situation, what would you want them to be running instead? If not that, he says that it's not a good idea. But if not Eclipse, then what would you be asking your mid lane or your jungler to be running?
That's a good question. I mean, it could be a number of things. It could be Divine. I mean, there's a tanky York and Galio. I mean, it could be Triforce to take. You know, it depends on who he wants to focus. I mean, the biggest threat is the Vayne. Hammered is 6-0, so I mean, Triforce or Gore Drinker is another good option. I mean, it's really like anything that you focus on, like what your goal is in the game, what role you're playing. And playing from behind, you usually want to go with something, you know, sustaining, because you're already behind the curve, and you need to survive these fights when there's a lot of damage coming out from Hammered.
All right, no, good points all the way around, and you know, I like I said, I really liked both comps, but right now, the Xin Zhao just doesn't really have any relevance in this game at the moment, and I find it difficult the later the game goes, him finding any kind of relevancy comparative to the Echo, the Vayne, and the Yorick. You know what I mean? Like, their champions kind of fall off. Jinx is the only one that kind of just increases, I guess, with volatility and like damage output and everything along those lines. But Xin Zhao, if you don't get him ahead early, he's just completely not useful the later this game goes, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I mean, he is a very early skirmisher, and I think it was just unfortunate that Rich and Smart took the opportunity to be aggressive early. But Arsenic Fox, they're looking for a bush cheese. As soon as this dragon comes up.
Uh-oh. Yep, Spare has to be careful. The binding's going to go in and get landed. Primus is going to go in and provide some kind of support. Okay, the spell shield is used. We're going to go in and have the Rift Herald also popped onto the top side. So even if they do get Dragon, it is going to cost them their tier 2 top lane tower. So that is okay. Daddy Pacific landing in some damage. It doesn't matter, but okay. Red is going to go in and pick up the first Infernal Drake. Very nice. Okay, we have the Hextech Float coming in from Daddy Pacific. The binding's going to land on to Primus. He's getting dangerously low. The Ignite's going to be used as well. Very nice. Going to get picked up by Hammer. The Galio E's going to go in and hit. Doesn't matter. Jinx is dead as well. That's going to be 2 for 0 right now. Windward's going to get poked down by Hammered and Daddy. And Arctic Fox is the next one onto the menu. Tumble forward coming in from Hammer. That is going to be double kill, and that's 4 for 1. Meanwhile, Shelly in the top side doing some serious damage. They took out the tier 3, the inhib, and they're going to go ahead and just finish the game off completely. It doesn't matter. Noble with the push, single-handedly winning this game, running in the tower, the disrespect, and the first game goes on over to Team Delaware Derby.
That was a 20-minute game.
20 minutes and 11 seconds. Unreal.
That was a 20-minute game.
I did not think that Yorick has a Triforce and he has a Hull Breaker. So I completely didn't see that at all. I'm sorry. Like, not even close.
I did not expect that to end like anytime soon, but that I mean, wow. Okay. Not only did Brown have the man disadvantage, they took the fight to green and then won it and then won the game right after that.
Unreal. And looking at the damage charts as well, Vayne coming in first with the most damage, 12,388. So well done to Team Delaware. Overall, they looked so solid from beginning to end. 100%. I definitely think they are a force to be reckoned with at this point. They went 0-2 last week. You know, that's something about us 0-2 folks in week 1. You can't underestimate us. And Soviet, am I a part of a grunge phase right now? No, I just hadn't done anything with my hair all day today, and I didn't want to put any effort in, so the beanie goes on at that point. But MVP-wise for Delaware, like, who were you giving that to game number 1?
I think, it had to be Rich and Smart.
100%.
The early aggression, the late game, or, I mean, not even late game, mid-game transition was just smooth. And I definitely think he did a good job to make his team get farther and farther ahead than they already were.
Agreed. I mean, Hammer did a great job as well, keeping the DPS up. I mean, everyone on their team did a phenomenal job, overall. It's Noble, great job sticking to top lane, popping Rift Herald, getting every single objective, including the Nexus. Like, you technically won the game 100%. Not technically, you won the game 100%. So, I can't discount that at all. It's very close between Rich and Smart and It's Noble, just for the strict carry. I'm staying to my lane top side. We did see the teleport onto bot lane a couple times as well throughout that game. Great teleports, and definitely came in handy. But let's see if we can carry that momentum into game number 2 here.
Yep.
But I cannot say 100% certain that Dream of Memes is anywhere close to out.
Oh yeah, like, they're not out of this yet. There's no way. I mean, even that was a short game, and I mean, they started to fall apart. I mean, they had a lead early on the Jinx, and they started to fall apart, and it kind of just fell further and further from there. But I wouldn't be too upset about that, honestly, because it's just one of those things. Like they have to learn, they have to reset their mental and get back in it.
Yep. and I'm unsure if it was just miscommunication or anything along those lines. Oh, you're not in here, are you? Oh yeah, you are. I'm
I am.
sorry. You're a different person. um, I'm not sure if it was just miscommunication between the Jinx and the Morgana in general, but they weren't as aggressive as that you would want to be. I mean, Primus was landing every single one of those hook or bindings, like, or not every single one, but a vast majority
Most,
of them.
yes, definitely.
Um, he was doing a really good job of landing the spell shields as well, disregarding the Galio E, disregarding the taunts completely. Like, they did such a good job of just zoning them out, but they just didn't capitalize enough on the damage
Yeah,
to be as effective as they needed to be.
yeah,
Because Jinx was like essentially the only hope that they had to just do constant damage to the rest of their team, because Nico Xin Zhao engages hard. Cho'Gath kind of has to be right there in the middle because, he has the knock-up, his E auto attacks, he's essentially a melee character, and then his ultimate, you have to be right on top of them. So,
right.
like, they have a lot of front line. Galio also has to be in the front. Like, they just didn't have enough protection, I think, around Jinx as well. That was just kind of
That's fair. I
unfortunate.
mean, yeah, traditionally you want to pair like a Leona with Jinx to get that hard engage and stack the traps right on top. But I guess they decided to go with Morgana because there was so much CC on the other team, which did bow them
Right.
well, for the first like little few minutes. But other than that, yeah, they couldn't get anything else after they lost the dragon fight. After they got actually they Derby stayed in that fight and
They did.
and they won the next fight right after that, and then got dragged, and it was just like, wow, what do we do from here?
Yeah.
But yeah,
It was they did Delaware did a great job capitalizing moving forward, but we do have draft number 2
yep,
here up and ready. We have Set being the first band coming in from Delaware. Can't argue with that. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what they banned out last time. Yeah, they had Set as the third band, but they decided, we're just going to get him out of the way. Don't even think about him. Once again, I believe I Dream of Memes has to forfeit their first 2 bands.
yeah,
And then they have 3 bands following after that.
right,
We're gonna go ahead and maintain as well. Definitely cannot give Arsenic the Hecarim. Just can't do it.
yeah,
So they're gonna go ahead and take that one away as well. Once again, verse that. I don't blame them at all. All right, now they're taking away the Yorick. Yeah, they definitely want them to be playing more of like a 5v5 kind of comp. If you have somebody that's just always in the top side, that kind of takes one of your members away as well. And I feel like Green plays really well around a whole 5-man comp versus like a 4-1 or a 1-3-1 type comp. And then once again, we have the Caitlyn band coming in from Delaware. So first, 3 bands completely identical to the last game. They mixed it up this time. Instead of banning the Vi, they went ahead and opted in for the Yorick. And since they
Anivia.
have first pick, ooh,
Yeah, that
very
is.
nice.
I think that is definitely for Boxing and Kitten's most comfortable champion by far, and it is
Absolutely.
responded with the Cassidon.
All right, can you explain that matchup a little bit? Because in my brain, I still go with Anivia until level 6, and then it goes.
Yeah. It's
Ooh,
Lux, and I
oh,
mean that might be support too. We don't know that
could
for
be,
sure. But
could be.
yeah, that I mean for the Cassidy, yeah, that is basically the idea. Lux into Anivia is kind of like a skill matchup. Whoever gets the CC first kind of out damages the other. So I don't know if that's going mid, but we'll have to see. I mean, if it's Galio, could be either one at this point, right? It could be.
And had Galio support
Yeah, it could
last
be.
game.
So that is definitely good 2 flex picks if that's what they're looking for. They
Ah,
do
I
get the
left it.
Nautilus onto Primus though, so ooh,
That's gonna be a
gonna be good.
problem.
That's gonna be good. That's gonna be a good game.
Yeah,
Uh,
like, yeah, Bra's got to be very wary of that. And then the Mundo is going to be the top lane or jungle,
mhm,
right? Potential. I mean, I
potential.
guess you see him more typically at top side, but potential maybe jungle pick coming in. So I like how they picked their priority picks in the first round this time rather than waiting till round 2, because they got rid of the Anivia in round 2 and they got rid of the Nautilus in round 2. So I'm really proud of Green for capitalizing on their comfort picks, getting the Anivia, getting the Nautilus early, Dr. Mundo. So two really big tanks. Ezreal into this though. Ezreal's a pain in the ass. So I was gonna say he does have the damage output and the constant DPS as well. So never mind. I'm not even worried about that.
Yeah,
Not
I
even
mean,
close.
Ezreal does provide the poke, but I just don't know if that's gonna do anything against a Mundo that's just gonna run at you like later in the game, not take any damage from you. But I mean,
Good point.
it just depends on what they pick now. A couple of jungle bans and Varus and the Jarvan, those flew by.
Yeah, they were like, nope, no Zins out, no Varus, no Jarvan. I would have rather seen another Vayne game, to be honest. I two of the tankiest members in the game,
That's true. Yeah.
and then you're giving a Vayne and a Galio again? Are you kidding me? Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that all day. Plus, you have the Lux as well. I like the Garen pick into the
Huh.
tankiness because he's going to
Okay.
go ahead and be able to execute them, lower damage, things like that, once they're once they're level 6.
Yeah, fun
But
fact, I don't think Garen pops the passive on Mundo because it's not an immobilizing effect. He doesn't have any of that, I believe. And Vayne is picked on the other side now.
okay, so Fizzed everywhere is like, give me that Vayne. I did versus Vayne last week. That is a huge problem. Not gonna lie. And the fact that they have Vayne and Nautilus, I'm so glad that I didn't verse this. I went Vayne Leona, which isn't much better, but that is going to be a very big problem on the bot lane. Oh my god, 3 of the
Ooh.
tankiest boys. The Volibear, the Mundo, the Nautilus. That's a great front line for the Anivia and Vayne. Like, I
Yeah,
love that.
that is
I
definitely enough
love that.
peel for both of the carries
I want
there.
to see a Trundle. Show me
Yeah,
a
we
Trundle
haven't seen a
jungle.
Trundle yet in both of these games, which is surprising because Trundle is kind of very, very good in the meta right now. Especially there it
Oh my god!
is, there it is. Oh no, they hurt us.
Oh god. I'm sorry, I probably shouldn't have said that, but like, I was just like, in my brain immediately, it's like, if they had a Vayne, this comp would be so perfect for Brown, so perfect. But oh man, I don't know. Like the Lux Burst isn't going to be enough to get through Volibear, Mundo, and Nautilus. It just isn't. The only one that I can get, and then you have the Anivia passive. Vayne can tumble. So unless she's like locked down, which the only lockdown that they have on this team is Galio and Lux, like I'm not going to be Lux running up in the middle of that to try to get CC onto Vayne. That's not happening. Because if I'm walking up to that, I'm going to be walking up to a Volibear, a
Yeah.
Mundo, and a Nautilus. Hell no. I'm not doing that. That is Lux. You're crazy. So, this is going to be very difficult for Derby, in my opinion. I'm giving this to Green game number 2.
Okay, fair enough. Predictions are up, so go ahead and cast your votes. Is it gonna be Green coming back for the second game this time, or is Green gonna get shut out? As we definitely did not see last week. So go ahead and put your votes in. Thank you for the
Yeah.
subscription. A bunch of W's and G's. I guess that's
Hey.
how you say that one. But yeah. Thank you for the subscription. And they gave
Yes,
his
thank
Vayne,
you.
they gave Box and yeah, I mean they got a lot of their comfort picks this time around. So it's definitely in the favor of Green, I think, for me as well.
Yeah, I definitely would have to say that. I mean, you know how I bet my points though, so I'm gonna wait till a little bit towards the end to bet some points down. But matchup wise, I'm definitely going with Green on this one. Like the Vayne is gonna be such a pain against the Garen and the Galio, which is their only engage essentially, and she can very easily kite. It's gonna really be relevant for Lux to land some kind of binding CC and then have Trundle flank. Like that is number one priority. You cannot fight this as a whole revolutionary war style where both teams are lined up against each other and then you just run at it. Brown will lose every single time. Every
Okay.
single time.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true, I think. Um,
you know, Anivia has the AoE
they just have so much
slow, all the
kiting.
damage.
Yeah, they have a
They
lot of
they do.
kiting. So I think people running at them, no problem. No problem.
Agreed. Agreed
But on the other
100%. Like,
side, they do have Lux and Ezreal. I mean, I think those are going to be the bot lane combo because those make the most sense. Very poke heavy lane wants to pressure Vayne early, just like we saw last game, but in the other hand this time around. So
absolutely. And yeah, I, it's a little bit of caster bias, but I'm definitely rooting for Primus here. Like I just know that if you give him the Nautilus, it's going to be a bad time. Like it just is. Like there is no other thing that can happen. Galio has an engage. Nautilus just has a an auto attack stun. Next thing you know, I'm so upset that he was able to pick Nautilus. I'm not gonna lie, like it's just like that is like a first ban type thing. Like I respect the set. The Hecarim I understand. Nautilus just has to go. He is just so comfortable on that. Like it can't be bothered with.
yeah,
But
it's interesting
I don't know.
because they banned Caitlyn and then picked Ezreal, which I don't know if that was like planned beforehand, but like I feel like you leave the Caitlyn open and you can pick Ezreal because Ezreal kind of has the same range ability as Caitlyn. Obviously not the auto attacks, but definitely pretty much the same champion. And it is going to be Daddy running the Lux mid, so it is going to be Galio support.
Oof. And not only that, but you banned out Caitlyn, which is the direct counter to Vayne with the range. So,
Yeah.
like, you're hurting yourself even further by getting rid of Caitlyn when you could just easily pick that champion. Like, I don't know Hammered's Ezreal gameplay at all. If it's anything like Diagon's, then I'm not even worried. I'm
True.
not worried in the slightest.
true.
So, but I've never seen Hammered play on Ezreal at all. I have seen Fizz Everywhere play on Vayne, and I already know how good that is. So let's see if Primus and Vayne are able to go ahead and keep up the pressure, which I believe that they will, against the Galio and the Ezreal. But they're just gonna they're gonna have to play very passive and call down the Trundle. Trundle though, gonna be very important in this game with the ganks.
For sure.
And if it's anything like how Rich and Smart was last time, which is going to be even worse because you have to throw the stun out first and then you have to engage his Echo. Trundle does not give a shit about that. He just runs in the lane and then throws a pillar up like 100%. And EMP Dave, do not worry, we'll go ahead and catch you up, my friend. Game number 1 is going to go on over to Delaware Derby Brown, which was blue side last game. They now switched going into game number 2. And now we have the main picks, as in Anivia, Vayne, and Nautilus on Team Meme of Dreams right now. And I'm sorry, Dream of Memes. Team Meme of Dreams is a gold team.
True. Same team though. Don't worry about it.
That's true. Essentially the same team.
Essentially.
They get trained by the same people.
yeah. For sure. And looking at the prediction, a lot of people put points into green this time around.
They did.
3.4k into green and 1.3k so far into brown. So yeah, I think a lot of the chat agrees with you, Rylionn. I think I have to agree too. I just think the comfort picks are very strong.
They really are. That's something that we definitely didn't take lightly last week. Vayne was something that we discussed a little bit, and then after looking and facing that gameplay directly, we're going to be getting rid of that from now on. So, if we do come face to face with Green ever again, I would say that's definitely going to be a priority pick here.
True. And we have a few minutes on the spectator delay. But I'm going to go ahead and run an ad. Subs, you don't have to worry about a thing.
Never. They never got to worry. And you know what that means? Every single time that we say you never got to worry, one person gets a gifted sub. It's crazy.
Woo,
it's just
let's go.
It's weird how those things correlate sometimes.
True. Very true. Maybe I should start saying it more often. I don't know.
Yep. And there we go, Frankie. XF Frankie. There you go. Congratulations.
Hey, you got another compliment on your beard as well.
I'm never gonna turn down a compliment on my beard. Tilted, the quickest way to my heart is a beard compliment. Thank you so very much. I grow it myself.
Classic, very classic. Yeah,
That's my favorite beard joke. It's my favorite beard joke.
I would imagine. Yeah, I'm kind of growing it, but I'm gonna shave this weekend. Going on vacation, so that's gonna be fun.
Oh, come on! But the scruffy, manly look,
I
like
mean, I
you have me
just,
try. You're gonna have me travel
man.
out to where you are here soon. You local too.
Yeah, I am local.
Oh,
Hot tub stream when chat? Hello?
oh, hot tub stream.
Can
That's
we
the
get
OnlyFans
can we get
account.
can we get a poll?
Oh, let's drop one. We'll drop one in chat here in a little bit. Don't y'all worry about that.
Hot tub stream, yeah. Soon. Very, very soon. We'll have to do it.
Very,
Before the summer
very.
runs out. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, it's Florida. Summer never runs out.
That's true. Thank
I
you,
should be
Soviet,
bragging it.
for the compliment on my beard. See, I get compliments too on my beard.
I love that scruffy look. If I
Scruffy.
could maintain that for a long period of time, I would do it. But unfortunately, my beard grows back way too quickly.
You know,
So it's just like,
my beard actually stays this way. I never can grow it to like something like yours. So that's interesting. Wow. Yeah, I can never grow it past this like very, very scruffy. Like it just doesn't do anything.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know
just,
either. Genetics, I
used to
guess,
work-
right?
No, like my grandpa doesn't really grow a beard. My dad, he can grow a beard. Like my brother grows a beard, but his is missing like right here. My
Oh.
other brother can't grow a beard. It's all patchy. So it's just like, I love it. I love it.
Interesting. All right, we're almost into game 2 of Delaware Derby versus I Dream of Memes, and the predictions are closed just about. So we'll see the summoner spells in a little bit here. I don't think there's gonna be an evade from either team. I mean, would like to see it from Brown again. They do have the necessary tools. I mean, so does Green this time though. So it could be.
They definitely do.
Could start on opposite sides and never meet, just like the love story, I guess.
That is true. That is so. I mean, you know how badly I want game 3s every single time that I'm casting. So, this definitely has the potential. If there's any kind of comp that Green could run right now to make that happen, this is that comp. 100%.
100%, you say. All right. He's like the handsome Rick Moranis. Wow. All right.
I love that. Hey, Rick Moranis is OG. He is such a good fellow. I love Rick Moranis.
I appreciate that.
So good.
Got that rugged, dangerous look, but still in control. Okay. I like the analyzation here coming out from Soviet. As game 3 is now loaded up.
He wants to sketch you like one of his French partners.
Oh man, that's funny. That is definitely a unique comment. I've never gotten that one before. Oh gosh,
Oh,
now we're getting
Soviet.
into the weird part, Soviet. All right, let's start game 2, guys.
Game number 2, we have that 5-point start that you all love to see. I mean, we're playing a little bit back. We don't see those deep wards coming in from either team right now, and I can't really blame them. I mean, we have the Lux Binding, we have the Nautilus engage. Like, both teams definitely need to be very cautious, especially 3 tanks to 3 tanks. Like, both teams are pretty identical, but it's the damage output coming in from Green that I think gives them the edge in this comp overall.
Fair enough. I mean, take a look at the rune choices here. Pretty standard across the board, I'd say. There is a barrier on the side of Daddy. I mean, I don't know if that will save him from the very heavy burst of Boxen, but we'll see. It is definitely a good rune in case you know you're going to get chunked out by those skill shots. So better to play it safe than sorry, but that means that there's no teleport, and it means that Green has the 2 TP advantage.
Personally, I think I would have rather have Daddy run Cleanse than Barrier. If you're going to pick like a defensive spell, run Cleanse because you have the Primus, stuns, you have the Anivia stuns, like the Volley Bear stuns, like they have so much CC, you might as well run cleanse at this
Well,
point, because like you said,
I'll
barrier's
have to
not.
play the devil's advocate on that one because too much CC means you cleanse one ability, you still get hit by the next one. I think cleanse is a very useful tool in lane, so I think
Valid.
that's why Daddy tried to take that because, or what
There
could
we
be-
go.
Oh man, definitely a level 1 flash from Hammered there. Very scared of Primus on this Nautilus. I would be too.
Oh, 100%. Before you have the arcane shift, yeah, I'd be flashing level 1 as well. I'm not embarrassed to say that. I respect Primus's Nautilus way too much to be like, okay, let's be cautious around this. Okay, we do see Rich and Smart, though, making his way into the mid lane. Nice binding's going to go ahead and land from Daddy Pacific. Director Camera has different plans, though. Very nice trade in Windward Ocean's favor, though. The Mundo against the Garen there. The Conqueror Garen is never my personal preferred one whenever I'm playing Garen. I like Grasp the Undying, but whenever you can't get a really good Conqueror Garen, he's a pain. He is just a straight up pain.
I think the difference is like Conquer is the team fight tool, the one to survive the late game team fights, whereas something like Grasp is something you try to get ahead in lane very early on, proccing those Grasp, healing back up, doing the same amount of damage over and over again. But Fist Everywhere is alone.
Nice engage, though, coming in from Spare and Hammered. We have the heal's going to be used by Fist Everywhere. Hammered is going to go ahead and stay onto the Bane, though. The Ignite's going to go ahead and go off. Flash is used by Fist Everywhere. We now have Arsenic Fox making his way. Galleon's going to go ahead and just engage all the way. The Q isn't going to do enough damage. Those health pots definitely coming in clutch. Doesn't matter. Richard Smart is going to go ahead and land the pillar, though, onto the Nautilus. Down. First blood goes on over to Ezreal. Very nice pick. I thought that was definitely going to be on Bane earlier. Then the Galio, but great job from Spare to get out of there, and the first blood picks up by Hammer.
Man, they committed to Fizzed Everywhere, and it just did not spare. It just didn't get the auto attack that he needed to finish Fizzed off. That cost him greatly, as all sums are now down on the bottom side of the map, and only one kill handed over to Hammered for free.
Yeah, cannot argue with that. And he's going to go ahead and make his way down into the mid lane, though. Nice Pillar's going to go ahead and block them off from going that way. Did land the stun, unfortunately. The binding's going to land, though. Doesn't follow up with an E. No extra damage. Still has the passive, I believe. Let me double check that.
Yeah, for sure. You can see the little, above the level, you see the little, wings icon. And that will determine, be on the lookout for that in your games.
Okay, the more you know.
Yep.
The more you know. Wow, been playing this game for how many years?
The same applies to Zach's passive.
Very nice. Thank you very much, Wookie.
No problem. I'm your coach for a reason.
This is true, yeah. And that's for all the little tidbits of the day for all of you silver folk like me out there who did not know that shit.
Yep, for sure. And Infernal Dragon is the first one on the map. No takers yet. That means we won't have Infernal Soul, but could be an Ocean, maybe. I would love to see that.
Double Dorans onto the Vayne. How do you like that? Now, here's the Conqueror damage coming in from Garen, though. Windward's going to go ahead and get taken down to about 80%. Very nice. The taunt's going to land just on the pinky toe, though, just to get her to back off a little bit. But the Double Doran's Blade from Vayne, rather than building it into an actual item that builds into something. How do you feel about that?
I mean, the double Doran strat was like a thing a very long time ago. It just doesn't. It just doesn't provide the same sort of assistance as Cole does, because at least Cole gets you more gold, and that's something you really do want on Vayne. She excels well with items, so I strongly probably would not recommend doing that double Doran blade, but hopefully she'll get a lot of damage out of it if she pokes well enough in lane, as they are doing a good job down there pressuring out the Ezreal. I mean, they did get ganked and it cost them the Nautilus, but they're still putting that pressure on, and Trundle's down there again. Another gank.
Oh, very nice. Yep, cannot argue about that. The taunt's going to go ahead and go off from Spare. Private's going to go ahead and get caught out, and down he goes. Hammer's going to pick up the second kill of the game. Very, very, very nice. And like I said, it's going to be a problem with the Nautilus. The Lux ult's going to go ahead and go off, but does not land. He's unfortunately right into the tower. Vayne's going to capitalize onto that. Very nice. The taunt's going to go ahead and go off. Focuses her attention on the Hammered. In this 1v1 situation, she is kind of low, but I don't know. She does have the damage out for her, but no, not enough. Hammer's going to pick up 3-0. hero now. Oh my goodness, Ezreal, you are a menace to society.
Yeah, I mean, I think Fizz should have just probably took the kill and left, but decided to try to 1v1 Hammered, who already has a phage, and there was no chance of winning that without more damage. But did get a kill, so not all is lost.
That is true. I mean, I love everything about everything that's going on right now for Team Brown. You know I didn't give them the advantage because they didn't, and they are playing very well knowing that they're at a disadvantage. You know, 3-1, they're only ahead by about 500 gold early on, and that's okay. As long as they can maintain this, you know, and just keep funneling gold to the Ezreal. The moment this Ezreal gets a Sunderer, this game is completely different. I can't even tell you how many Ezreals I have versed with the Sunderer. I want to write a strongly worded letter to Riot for that item, but it doesn't matter right now. Spare's going to go ahead and land the taunt onto Primus. Very nice. Those hooks just aren't landing like they used to. At least not the way that they need to.
Well, he did dodge out the, I believe it was the Galio knockback there, or maybe I'm wrong, but either way, yeah, the hooks just aren't landing this game, or at least not landing in the right timing. We saw Trundle gank that lane twice now, and both have ended up in kills for Delaware Derby. Good ward coverage, though, coming out from Primus to make sure that that doesn't happen again. And Trundle is on that side of the map once again, so now we see Arsenic Fox also on that side of the map. Dragon not taken yet. Oh,
here we go. Nice. Another engage onto the bot lane here. Primus missed the hook, unfortunately. Heal's going to go off by Hammered. Flash forward from Fizz everywhere. Okay, here comes Rich and Smart, though, ganking from the river side. The E is going to go off. Runs into the Nook, though. Primus getting to about 40% health. Spare is going to go ahead and just stop that Vayne from doing anything. Condemn is not available. There goes Volibear into the bot lane. Doesn't ulti onto anybody, unfortunately. Down goes Fizz everywhere. Focus onto the Primus. Now it's going to be a 4v1 situation. Wizard Arch is going to teleport down there as well. Galio is going to ulti onto the mid lane. I'm sorry, onto the bot lane. All the focus out to Windward. That's 3. The 4th member down. Hammered is a beast. Let's go! 5-0 in 2. Delaware Derby is just absolutely running away with this game. Oh my god.
Yeah, Green just can't keep up with the tempo of Rich and Smart. He's been down bot lane 3 times now. Even expended his flash just to get Hammered more and more ahead.
With the combo onto Rich and Smart does end up getting the kill. Very nice. Holy crap. I was not expecting that, to be completely honest.
Me neither. But they will pick up this dragon. But Primus and Boxes are still there. They're looking for something, but Primus is not.
They gotta go. This is the 4v2 situation right now. Okay, the stun's gonna go in and land onto the Galio. Doesn't matter. Focuses onto Primus right now. He is a squishier target. Did you know that the Anivia ult or passive is up? Down goes Primus though to Daddy Pacific. Box and the Kings is gonna go ahead and land a stun onto Spare. Nice follow up from Fizz, but isn't enough to pick up the kill onto Galio. They should definitely leave, take their wins, and go, please. Thank you.
Yeah, this is definitely a little bit slower tempo of a game than last game, but like just Hammered, just getting all these kills, and nothing's been, stopping that at all. Fizz everywhere's gonna try that though.
Oh my god, doesn't matter. The Lutz ulti's gonna go ahead and come through. 1-2, that passive, not enough. Great shields coming in from Daddy Pacific, and they are just funneling kills after kill after kill onto just Delaware Derby right now. I cannot believe this. They are just running it down. I don't know there's no other words for it. They're running it down.
Yeah, that is quite unfortunate. I mean, Primus and Boxen should not have even tried, but they knew that everyone was still at that dragon. There was no reason to be there. They had, they had losses already. They had death timers, and they should have just left it, but they decided to take the blast plant over the wall on the dragon pit, and it cost them their lives. So it's just unfortunate, yeah.
I don't know who was making the call to just keep on engaging that. Like, they already took the dragon. I know they were low, but there's 4 members there. Even if you were to get one of them, 1 for 2 is not the move. Plus, you're going to pop the Anivia passive as well. You're essentially losing 3 lives. And that's just going to put Anivia in a really bad spot. She's going to get burst down by Lux if she is able to hit her full combo. Or, you know, leave room for Trundle to just go ahead and do the easy dives underneath tower. Like, Anivia's not that tanky or that strong as the champion, like, resistance-wise.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean,
Look at
Boxen is the only one deathless, but Windward's in
here
trouble
we go.
here.
Top lane is going to go ahead and get that engage, though. Very nice roam coming in from Spare. The taunt's going to go ahead and go off. Unfortunately, the spell shield was up, so it didn't stop her. Box in the cans now. Oh, almost goes down. Daddy Pacific forced to flash over the wall. Arsenic and Primus are both making their way. I don't know why Daddy went ahead and ran back into them. Okay, the ulti comes in from Volley Bear. She's going to go ahead and pick up the kill on to Lux. I don't know why she turned back around for that. That was very questionable.
Yeah,
Ezreal does have ultimate.
There might be a fight here.
Okay, yep, here's the rest of Team Delaware Derby. The Galio ulti is going to go off as well. Doesn't hit anybody, unfortunately. Primus is going to go in and get poked down. It's Noble's going to get poked down heavily by Fizz everywhere. Now they're focusing their attention onto her. All right, Windward now made his way into the mid lane. Rich and Smart's going to get turned around immediately, and this is exactly the looks that Vayne needed right now. Very nice. Turns their focus on to Spare. That's going to be 4 for, I think, just 1, unfortunately, and Hammered gets out with just 50% health. He is a slippery one, that Ezreal is.
Yeah, 7-0 Divine Thunder. He's the
Oh,
only one
He can vote.
to do stuff on this team right now, but those kills
Lux.
handed over to pretty much evenly across Team Green is going to help them out a lot, especially with
Lux
the first
ulti.
tower.
Lux, oh, why did she just ulti? Can they not see her? Was she not in vision? I don't know.
I mean, either way, I don't think it would have killed. I mean, she does have some damage built already, but I don't think it's quite enough. Or maybe she just didn't see.
That was a great turnaround, though, by Team I Dream of Memes. 100%. It's unfortunately didn't get the kill on the Hammered still. He is 7-0, 500 gold bounty. But, you know, still getting the other champions down, funneling gold, especially to the Vayne, is exactly where you need. The flash forward though from Primus. Arcane Chip's going to go off perfectly. Very nice. So that is not available. Ulti is not available either. Okay, the Condemn's going to go ahead and land onto the Galio. Ulti's going to miss from Hammered. Flash forward from Fizz everywhere to dodge the Galio. And down goes Galio. Now the focus onto Fizz everywhere. Both team members are extremely low. All right, very nice from Hammer, though. He's doing a phenomenal job poking with these Qs. You cannot ask for anything better, but he is in a very dangerous situation, 3v5. But the wards are going to go ahead and pick out Box of Kittens. Nice arcane shift. Oh, Primus is getting taunted right now. How unfortunate.
Primus is looking for it. Oh.
Okay, ulti's going to go ahead and get popped by Primus. Very nice. Oh, Primus going to pick up the kill. Oh, how sad. Out of all the people in the world, and then Lux is going to go ahead and pick up the kill. No, the Condemn! Very nice turnaround from Fizz everywhere. The ulti is going to go off as well. Doesn't matter. Spare XL's on the move. And a 1-for-1. Very nice. Lux and Vayne trading that. Wow.
Wow. It was very unfortunate that Primus landed that hook. Noble!
Oh, no. Doesn't get out of Noble. Is the tower going to get it?
Yeah.
Oh, everyone's trading 1-for-1 right now.
The trades! We're just trading back and forth. We're even trading dragons.
Yeah, 1-for-1. They picked up. I mean, I'd rather have an Infernal than a Cloud any day of the week. And give me a Mountain Soul. Either team will benefit greatly from this Mountain Soul, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
3 tanks. They need to focus these. They cannot give up even a single one to the other team. The moment they do, that's when these team fights are heavily going to swing.
Yeah, for sure. Box of the Kittens. Forced to flash.
Forced to flash. Very nice.
Good flash. I mean, there's been... I was about to say this before we just got interrupted by a bunch of, 1-for-1 trades, but good flashes all around, especially from Fizz everywhere on that 2v2 down the bot lane. Flash out of the Galio taunt. That flash right there from Boxen. I feel like they're picking up the tempo.
They definitely are. I mean, they're not being shy with the flashes, and let's face it, death or 5-minute cooldown. 5 minutes passes like nothing. We already had 5 minutes pass 3 times since this game has started, so we'll just put it that way. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not one to hesitate on using a flash, using heal. Like, that's why they're there. And, if you prioritize your runes and your masteries correctly, you could even potentially get shorter cooldowns. I'm not, like, he already has the Ionian boots. Like, that's such a smart move by Ezreal. Faster Qs, faster everything. So, adding that on top of the spells as well just makes him even better.
Yeah, and I feel like Hammered has been doing a good job. Did get shut down from Primus, who is very happy with that for himself. His team might not be. And Riptail's the target here.
Oh, very nice. Okay, Garen is going to go ahead and make his way down into the pit. It's going to be a 2v1 situation. Very nice focus still coming in from Volibear and the Mundo, and down goes It's Noble. Great job around the back. Daddy Pacific's going to get picked off by the rest of the team there, Vayne and Nautilus. Great job from Fizzed Everywhere and Primus. That's going to move Vayne now to 6-4. So I remember at one point she was 1-3.
Yeah.
And Ezreal was 6-0. He's 7-1 now. Ooh.
And
very nice combo.
The gold lead has now swung heavily in Green's favor ever since that comeback time. So another turret taken, more gold in their pocket, almost 4K ahead now. As a TP goes to the bot lane from Garen.
Yep, let's see if he's going to go ahead and effectively capitalize on this. Box of Cans, though, is very strong. We saw exactly what he could do earlier, but that silence is going to go ahead and come through. I don't think the passive is up. No, it is not. And shut down very easily goes on over to It's Noble. Great teleport, great call out, great pick.
Yeah, it was a good pick. And, I mean, there's no objectives on the map, so it's kind of a farming game unless plays like that are made. So good job on Delaware Derby to capitalize on that as they push bot lane. A lot of focus onto this bot lane right now as both towers are still available. Fizz Error arrives to the fight here.
Yes,
push them off. But for how long? There are multiple members on Delaware Derby inside of Green's jungle.
There are. Uh-oh, here. Okay, I was going to say Ezreal. That arcane, he is smooth with that arcane chip. I would definitely say this is a good comparison to, like, Diagon's Ezreal. Like, I've seen nothing but great gameplay coming in from Hammered onto Ezreal here.
Yeah,
okay, Trundle, which is what's going to go in and land a nice power onto the Vayne there, forced to ulti and heal. Great pick by Rich and Smart there, 100%. Like, both sums being used. I'm sorry, not both. The ulti and the heal being used. Like, they're just great resources being used. Fantastic.
Yeah, Primus was picked off in that fight. Unfortunately, was looking towards the mid lane and didn't notice that there was a Trundle right next to him and a Garen. So,
I unfortunately I didn't see Primus get picked off there. That was my fault.
Yeah, that's all right.
It happened so quickly.
It really did, and both of those happened very quickly as Dragon is coming up in about 30 seconds now. 3 bounties on the side of Green, and I honestly don't know who's going to take this fight. I mean, it could go either way at this point.
It's really all about positioning right now. Like, Trundle's been doing such a great job of zoning people off to get picks and things like that. But when it comes to these team fights, Volibear just being able to hop onto the back line while Vayne just stays behind her giant wall of tanks and just do constant damage to either the Galio or the Garen because they have to run up. Like, that's exactly the position that Vayne wants to be in. If they could somehow get around them or just front to back, just focus on one individual, okay, just like this, getting these picks are heavily needed. The arcane shift forward. Okay, they're just going to go ahead and zone them off the Dragon at least, so they definitely are going to get the first Mountain Drake on over to Team Green. Okay, very nice Lux ulti just to poke him down a little bit. Primus looking extremely low right now. Let's see if they're going to go ahead and chase him down.
Yeah, wow. So Delaware Derby actually just gave up. I mean, Noble has no TP, so he cannot join the fight. And what is Box of Kittens doing?
I don't know. Like, they are not respecting this Trundle in the least bit. Like, they're either forgetting, not realizing, or just don't care about this pillar at all.
Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know. This is like the game where Primus lives with 10% health like 6 times.
No, he doesn't! You cursed him! Oh, no! Why would you do that?
I'm sorry.
That is your fault. Clip that, please.
Oh, I'm sorry, Primus. Like, legitimately in the middle of saying it.
You cursed him, as Arsenic Fox is sure to be cursed here, has no way out.
Completely caught out. Garen ulti shut down. That is 2 shutdowns now taken.
You definitely, I think you cursed the entire team. Windward's getting chased down up there. What did you do, Rylionn? Why would you do this?
No, Oh, great Lux ulti though, so that way he can't even go underneath tower and essentially just kill it. Spell immune is going to be popped, so that spell shield is no longer available. Hammer definitely has the gap closer, so he's going to go ahead and catch up. But can they do the constant damage though? Is he able to run out of there? Oh, they don't. Oh, Ezreal didn't know which way he went, unfortunately. Daddy Pacific's going to go ahead and flank from the side. Flash is already used. The E, the Q is going to land as well. Yep, the flash comes in from, no, I'm sorry, not flash, the arcane shift forward. Windward is going to fall to the Galio, and just like you said, they had 3 bounties, now they only have 1.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's your fault, but moving on. Moving on. They kind of closed the goal gap a little bit with those shutdowns, but haven't done so much as Arsenic.
Oh, very nice engage though from Arsenic onto the right hand side. Flanks underneath tower. Boxakin's able to pick up the kill on Despair there. Now it's a 4v2 situation. Daddy Pacific is going to be probably caught out by the Vayne. Oh, the Condemned doesn't hit anybody. Just puts his sword as a safety. What is happening? Oh my god. Arsenic Fox. Now they're going to go and do a nice turnaround. Oh my god.
Oh, man.
I don't know how lucky that was.
That was unfortunate. That, yeah, it didn't get hit into the tower, destroyed tower right there. That would have been a wall that would have costed the life, but unfortunately it did not happen, as Boxen being very aggressive here.
Yeah, I don't know why. Does he have passive up? I don't think
he does.
Oh, he does actually. Yep, I'm sorry, I just learned that. Haha. There we go. They are going to get 1 kill, though. Down goes Primus, but for his own life, and a 200 gold shutdown is actually going to go on over to Fizzed Everywhere. So the last person that you need to be...
Oh, no. Uh-oh.
Oh, yep, here comes a pick off on to the Vayne. Yeah, she is trying the ulti, the flash, not enough, the ignite. Gallia is going to pick up 2 shutdowns. Spare XL is just taking no prisoners tonight. Yeah. Absolute monster. I mean, Box and the Kings is looking pretty low right now. Does land a great binding and just immense damage.
No.
Daddy Pacific wasn't close enough to follow up with anything, unfortunately, and the only thing that they're really lacking right now are towers. Like, Delaware's doing a great job, but they're not doing anything macro-wise.
For sure, and I mean, I guess you could say Trundle right there. Rich is smart, buddy. You got boxed in, get it?
Oh my god, someone please time out Wookie.
You know I had to do it. This is a fun game. This is a fun game. So yeah, I do think... Yeah, I totally agree with you. The macro play, they're just getting picks all around the map. They will get this tower though, which is another tower on their belt.
I'm done talking. I'm gonna say 5 lottery numbers. Someone go play it. All I want is like 10%. That's it, please.
Yeah, as soon as you say something, they start to do that something.
Here we go. Very nice engage though from Daddy Pacific and Noble there. This Q doesn't pop though from Daddy Pacific. Very nice to step behind the Lux ultimate. I guess that's one way to dodge it. It's Noble though is gonna go ahead and have the ultimate available. He's just gonna work him down a little bit longer, and he does end up getting the kill 1 for 1. Now I am gonna say this is definitely still in favor of Team Brown because that's 1 tank versus the Lux, but that's a lot of damage that they're missing now. The only damage that they really have to rely on is Hammered.
Yeah.
Noble doesn't have ulti, and he's just going to stick to the top lane and push that out as far as possible.
I mean, look at the ward coverage from Green. They know every avenue which Brown is taking.
It's true. Okay, really nice engage though from Galio onto Boxing of Kittens. The passive is up. Primus is going to go ahead and try to save him, but it doesn't matter. He is going to go ahead and fall. The teleport's going to go ahead and come through. Their focus is on the Arsenic Fox, but not Spares. Spares going to go ahead and die into a 1v2 right now. They're going to go ahead and disregard the Volley Bear completely. Focus now on Fizz Everywhere and Primus. Primus is going to go ahead and give his life. He is going to fall. Fizz Everywhere is the next target there. Pillar is going to go ahead and drop. That is a very squishy Vayne, but there is not enough damage. Hammered is going to go ahead and get left behind. This is not the situation that you need to go ahead and do, but it doesn't matter. Down he goes. Mundo's going to pick up the shutdown, and they are scattered like bugs. Daddy Pacific is available. That's an awesome plan. Did it end up going over the wall? Doesn't matter. Oh, the binding misses, but he is able to get out.
This is just the clown fiesta at this point. Oh,
they are
man.
not focused. They're not focused as a team on one individual. They are just all over the place, just lashing out at anything that's close, really. There is not one, like, singular voice, it looks like, right now for Team Brown
I
at
mean,
all.
I think Brown, they're winning these fights the majority of the time, but they're losing out on the objectives, which, like you said earlier, the mountain stacking is going to be a problem.
Yeah, definitely is. Like, Ezreal, he does damage. He does. And Garen does damage. But there's only so much damage that you're going to be able to do if you keep on giving them resistances.
Yeah.
They don't have that many towers. It's 3-2. I mean, it's relatively low tower count on both sides if we're going to be honest right now. They just have all tier 1 towers coming in from Team Green. They're only missing the tier 1 tower in mid lane there, so it is very close. Windward, though, is getting poked down quite a bit. We do have the rest of Team Green following up, though, from topside. Jungle, Primus, Multis. Looking for the flank, but they are able to catch him out. Hello wards everywhere. Very nice. Oh, that Divine Sunder. I'm not playing the game, and I'm irritated. I can feel my blood pressure just rising.
I mean, Hammered is just blinding these Qs and hitting majority of the time right now. Does have 3 items built. Is a menace to the Team Green here.
They just need to stay around Ezreal. He is their win condition. Like, Rich and Smart, It's Noble, and Spare, they need to stop just running completely away from him. Or if those 3 do go off of him, then Daddy needs to stay on Hammered, like, 100%. Because without that, they just... Oh, the binding's going to go ahead and land. Very nice. Kyler's going to follow up with an EW combo. Very nice. Lux ulti onto the back line. All right, there goes the Vayne. He's going to go ahead and get Spare pretty low. And that's that Anivia Vayne Condemn combo that I think that's the first time we've actually seen it go off.
Yeah, this is...
Another nice binding's going to go ahead and land, though. Volibear's going to go ahead and get poked down quite heavily. Oh, my God. Yeah, Arsenic just is not able to do this. The Hullbreaker Trinity... force in the top lane again that we saw in the Yorick. It's not as effective because the Maiden and the Ghouls and everything else, but he's still able to push that out quickly because he is running damage Garen. So they can't just leave him alone there, and that should give the rest of Team Brown the ability to fight this 4v4 because I think that they do. The only answer that they really have to Garen is Vayne.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Box and the Kittens could do the job, but it's going to really rely on the Q being hit and the passive being up for Boxen, because Boxen is doing a lot of damage, especially to the tanky members of Delaware Derby, and the Leandry's built, the Seraph's Embrace already built, working on a Void Staff. That's going to do a lot more damage even to these tanks, so looking forward to seeing if they actually put both of those characters up against the Garen, or if Garen is just going to stay in these team fights here.
Oh my God, there goes Anivia. Yep, accidentally going to get caught out. Great ulti from Daddy Pacific there. Does end up getting it. This is now a 4v5 situation. Focus is going to be on to Windward. We have the flash forward from Garen. E-combo is going to go ahead and go up, get those resistances down as much as possible. The binding is not going to land. Flash forward from Windward as well. The chase is going to go ahead and continue. He's going to go ahead and keep on poking down with those cleavers. Red's going to get picked up. Spare's going to get a lot of hit. Nice Primus ulti engaged. Volibear's going to ulti onto the backline there. Lots of damage, but it doesn't matter. Primus is going to go ahead and land the ulti. The 4-man knockup, but this is still heavily in Brown's favor. Double kill now on over to Hammered, and this is going to be a Mountain Dragon for the first time. They're on Soul Point right now, Team Green is, but why aren't they just going towards Dragon? Mid tower is not important here. Get off of it.
I mean, well, I guess there's your answer, as we do have a pause. Hopefully it resumes soon, but yeah, I mean, they have some time, so they can definitely pick off this tower right before Dragon starts. They have the man advantage. There's nobody to stop them.
True. And Soviet, I know there's no Dragon up yet, but have they completely cleared all the wards? Like, all I've seen is a bunch of fighting. I mean, like, so if anything, they should be taking the time right now to try to...
Well, they are splitting up their members. Yeah. Like, Rich and Smart, you see, he's on a pink right now as the rest of the team, clearing Dragon, clearing the tower in the mid lane and getting ready for this Dragon. They do have some time. I mean, members of Green aren't up for, at least 20 seconds on 2 of their members. So there's no real threat, and their smite is not available on Green for right now. So they definitely have the time because they just engaged right before the Dragon. So.
Right. And Volps mentioned something earlier about the Ezreal item. What is it?
Oh, Cyrilda's
Grudge.
Grudge.
Yes.
I like it.
I think that's. I was gonna say I do like that one. The slow is nice. The lethality is nice, or the armor pen. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just a really good item. The ability haste, 45 damage. Like it's a solid item right now, especially on Ezreal. Like I definitely would say that's a great pick.
I mean,
I don't play Ezreal,
especially
but
into their team. You have Mundo,
oh
Volibear,
yeah,
Nautilus. That Grudge is going to do so much damage, especially now that they're stacking these mountain dragons. Except for this one, obviously, but yeah.
yeah, absolutely. He said the Doms though. Does
Mm,
Doms work that effectively on Ezreal compared to other ADCs in general? Because he's more like, I mean, I guess it
I
still
mean,
works on his Qs and everything along those lines, but
yeah, the crit. I agree with Soviet here. The crit is a little bit wasted. I mean, Ezreal is a very poke-heavy champion, obviously. So the Grudge having that slow, on every single Q, every single second is just so much, and it sets up for Trundle to run at you, for Garen to run at you, for Galio to run at you, and then
right.
CC them even more. So and yeah, it is good for the kite as well. Yeah, I definitely agree with Soviet here. 3 melees, like, they're gonna have to get some sort of thing like that, because even though Galio could have built Shurelya's for that purpose, I mean, hey, Grudge is a fine item on Ezreal compared to Lord Dom's. So
I mean, you could build Lord Dom's fourth technically if
yeah,
you wanted
if
to
you wanted
get
to.
that passive, in addition to the Grudge.
But it looks like that Ezreal's now starting a Frozen Heart.
Oof.
Yeah, and that's gonna be really good against Fizzed.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like that's gonna put the 1v1 capability of Fizzed everywhere against Hammered, pretty much solely in Hammered's favor there. And remember, we do have a delay, so there's going to be a slight pause. That is not your internet. You did pay your bill this month. It is just a freeze.
We can zoom in on Windward right here on his phone.
Yeah.
Yep. Taking calls, being busy, just like a Mundo would.
Like a boss. Very
like
nice.
a boss.
Nice. Like a boss should. And, he is most certainly playing like a boss this game, I would say.
Oh, yeah, for sure. 5-4-2, pretty standard farm. Has built the chains. I'm curious who the chains is on. I would love to say Hammered, as Daddy tries to throw out an ultimate to dissuade any sort of resistance. They are going to get this drag.
Yeah.
I would honestly just beeline for Baron at this point. They have the numbers,
100%.
They have the damage, but they might need some resets. I mean, Hammered is low on mana, and Spare was low on health, so I guess that is fair enough.
Get those ward resets from Galio. If you're able to pick up some pinks along the team, pick up some pinks, things along those lines. I don't argue with a nice back. I mean, they already know that blue. Garen has got to be very careful. He is very pushed up. 3 members there. No, this is definitely going to be his life. He is not tanky enough to face this, 3-man comp right now, and he's going to try his very best. But I think that he just forfeited the Baron for his team by making that decision of staying that far up.
Now, he should have backed.
Yeah, he should have backed.
He should have backed there, I think, and he will pay for it with his life.
Unfortunately, and that 200 gold bounty as well going on over to Nautilus. Again, Primus with these shutdowns. You don't really need it, my friend.
He's doing what Purple did not too long
I was
ago.
gonna say, him and Mustard must be... Oh my god, did you see that one Ezreal Q?
Yeah.
Half of Anivia's health. Half.
Yeah, for sure. That is a dangerous Ezreal. And Frozen Heart already built. Had a lot of gold on that back.
God.
Doing a lot of damage. A lot of mana. Oh, man. They're going to have to, use Primus's ult. Yeah, they're going to have to use Primus ult on Ezreal. Like, there is no other target, as he is the best damage dealer out of their whole team right now.
Okay, they might be trading Baron for Mundo. Oh no, Vayne's gonna go ahead and back. They're not going for this at all. They're literally running across the map right now to pick up this Mundo. So exactly what happened on top side is exactly what's gonna happen here on the bot side. We have 4 members though instead of the 3. Hammered is gonna go to make his way there. I think Mundo popped the ulti way too early, but it doesn't matter. They're on the hunt now, and he just stopped. They definitely don't want to chase this. Yeah, they are giving up the Baron. I don't know why did they chase so hard.
Well, they didn't have any CC to stop the passive of Mundo.
Is your ulti coming through? Oh, didn't hit anything, unfortunately.
They made a call, didn't work, and now they get punished for it. I totally agree that they shouldn't have went after Mundo. I mean, they needed some sort of CC ability, two CC abilities, I should say, to try to, get the Mundo under control, but Windward is a different top laner than Garen. He can pretty much dissuade anybody from trying to 1v1 him or 1v3 him, or at least buy time.
True.
As
that is very true.
The 1v1 is currently happening.
I mean, you know that meme where the guy's holding the book looking at a butterfly? And it's just like, is this a throw? Like, is it? Like, it definitely looks like it right now, 100%. Brown was in a very, very good position to pick up, like you said, both Dragon and Baron. They decided to back. Garen decided to get caught out. They chased across the map to go get a Mundo that they didn't even commit all the way to, just to give up Baron.
Yeah.
Like, everything about the last 3 minutes of calls definitely has ruined a lot for them.
I mean, they are still even in gold, so this is a very, very even game compared to last game. So,
absolutely,
it's pretty much anyone's game at this point. I mean, there's no inhibitor turrets down so far, and I mean, this Baron power play isn't really doing much. I mean, they're starting to
get picked off though by Garen. We have Box and the Kittens. He's gonna go ahead.
No, they're in a choke.
Yes. Oh my God! Right in the choke point. I love the wall. Fizz everyone's gonna pick up the kill onto Garen. Focus their attention now. Lux is gonna ulti. It's a 10-second cooldown anyways. Who cares? And they're just gonna go ahead and pick up the blue. And Dragon's up in a minute. This is the second time that Garen's been picked off, and Windward Oceans is going to go ahead and just push out the top lane with that Baron.
And
they need to wait for it to
said, this is what they need to do now. I mean, look for the split 1-4 in the bot and top sides of the map. The more they split up their team, the more Ezreal can't really do much. He has nobody to back him up, and there's the Primus ultimate to lock onto him.
Absolutely, and Daddy's going to stay in the top side. We have the remaining members on bot side there, and Nivea's doing a great job pushing out mid. Like, they're using Baron very effectively. Oh, Spare, great flash over the Anivia stun there, and he is able to go ahead and get to safety. That was smooth. Dodge Primus's hook and Anivia's stun there.
Another turret down.
Man, they're just giving up so many towers right now. It's 6-3 in terms of towers. 3K gold lead now in favor of Team Green. Like, they're just getting all these picks. Garen's been picked off 2 times in a row. That pause really messed with them.
Yeah, and Dragon is now the next objective on the table. TP used. This is a 5v5.
They have to get a pick. There goes the Lux. Binding is going to land. Very nice. Hammer's going to have to keep on poking from the backline. Primus going to go ahead and get picked off quite a bit by Ezreal. Arsenic's going to go ahead and jump onto the backline. Nice Arcane Flash. Doesn't matter. Fizz everyone's going to go ahead and take out the Nautilus. The Garen immediately. Now the focus goes on to the Galio. Rich and Sad is going to go ahead and pick up the kill. Hammer's going to go ahead and pick up the kill onto Vayne. I'm sorry. Focus now on to the Ezreal and onto Daddy Pacific. Windward is just plowing through them cleavers. Doesn't matter. They're going to go ahead and focus on to the Mountain Dragon.
Oh my god.
This is Soul. I don't know what else that they can do. They're just leaving Ezreal by himself.
I think this is the nail in the I think this is the nail in the coffin, honestly, because now you can't win 5v5s anymore playing like that. And I mean, the egg Nivea was popped pretty early and you still couldn't get the Nivea out of that entire fight. And I think there was a great engage by Green, and it kind of tossed Delaware Derby into a panic, it looked.
Yeah, that Mountain Soul is going to be a bummer. I mean, they already have incredible resistances now, but this just amplifies it even more so. Like, this is not a good position for Brown right now. They had everything early.
They had it, and I mean, even in that fight, they had the good pick almost onto Primus, but not enough resources were committed to it, and then they started to focus all the resources into their front line, and then Fizzed everywhere and Boxen were just tearing people up from the back.
Yep, and that's exactly what they want to do. Fizzed everywhere does not want to walk up on anybody in their comp. They have to play front to back, and Volibear, the only thing that he's able to do is jump onto the back line. He's not that tanky. You know what I mean? He has a Sterix gauge. That's it. That's the only
Yeah.
item that he has completed.
I mean, stare.
Oh,
Yeah,
and Divine Thunderbird.
Yeah.
But I meant tank-wise. Like, that's
Yeah.
a damage item.
For sure.
Like, that's the only completed tank item that he has. Once he's able to go ahead and get, I'm assuming, you know, steel plate, or he already has steel plate caps. It looks like he might be going towards, like, a random entanglement, maybe?
Could be
Gargoyle?
Could be gargoyle. Could be. I mean, he has 3 uncompleted components, so it could be a number of things. But we'll have to see as, you know, like I said, like Anivia doing so much damage, Boxing or Fizzed everywhere, excuse me, doing so much damage. Already has a Quicksilver too. This is like late game Vayne is going to shine a lot more than the Ezreal right now, especially if Delaware Derby does not get these picks out, and Boxing a Kitten's gonna respond to this wave down bottom. You know, there's Baron up in just a few seconds. Nobody's on that side of the map. Yeah.
Baron just teleported to the bot lane.
Yeah, I know.
What is he doing?
Yep. I mean, it was questionable TP. He does have the speed to get there, and they kind of know that Mundo's up in the top side of the map. They don't know where everybody else is. Vision is now under control.
She has teleport, though.
Does have TP. But Vision and Control is lost now. Windward Ocean and Primus being the front line here.
Oh, yeah, no, he's just kind of standing there. Nice binding landing from Lux onto the back line there. Face everywhere. Is going to flank from the side. She's going to focus her attention onto It's Noble. Does dive in. Doesn't matter. Picks up the kill. All right, very nice. Into the back line, though, we have Windward Ocean. They're going to focus their attention now onto the Mundo. Very nice. This is one person at a time. It was a 2-for-1 trade there. Garen did fall, but so did Arsenic Fox and Primus.
But they have to stop Anivia.
They do. Maybe they don't. I mean, Ezreal is available, so he's going to go ahead and go to the bot lane there. Very nice. Binding's going to land onto Mundo there. Pillar's going to land as well. Stop him from backing, but he is such a tanky boy. This is a lot of damage. Pierre's getting extremely low. They don't have it.
They
Fizz
can't do
everywhere is
it.
going to show up from the back line as well. Like, they can't. He's just healing too much. That's going to be 1 down and an easy cleanup now for Fizz everywhere, more than likely. The Binding's not going to land either. Does land the E. This pillar is such a pain. Ay. Oh no, Daddy Pacific might just get caught out here. The Binding is going to miss, unfortunately, and Fizz, is going to pick that up. That's going to be another free Baron, it looks like. 3 members are up for Delaware Derby, but they have all 5 members up right now for I Dream a Meme.
This is this is going to be the nail of the coffin, I think. 28 to 31 kills, 70k to 66k. This is going to be the nail in the coffin. I hope they definitely have what it takes to finish this out. A fed Vayne, a fed Anivia. There's just so much, you know, damage on their side. This is super late game, 40 minutes in. There's no way, I think, that Delaware Derby can pull this one out, because they had the early game. They just couldn't do anything with it. Like you said earlier, the macro play was very, very questionable, and now we've gotten to the point where they have Soul on the side of I Dream of Memes. So how are they going to stop this? They can't get picks. Clearly they can't even 1v3 a Mundo. Like, it's just so out of reach, and they're gonna have to play this very, very defensively, and I don't think Spare, Rich, or Hammered are playing defensively right now. Their mid tower and top tower are being pressured with the Baron right now.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm at such a loss of words right now for Brown. Like, they had such a good thing going for him, but it looks like they're actually going for a flank. It's going to be Daddy Pacific staying into the mid lane. It's Noble is going to go ahead and circle around. There's 3 members that are in the mid lane. Flash forward from It's Noble to focus onto Fizz everywhere. Very nice. Ulti's going to go off. Flash forward does dodge the Lux ulti, but it doesn't matter. All right, they do end up taking down Fizz everywhere. Focus now on to the Volley Bear. He is going to go down as well. It's going to be 2 for just 1, and they go. Primus is going to be focused, but he's going to be pushing down out of there. Nice turnaround. Does get the hook on to Spare XI.
Oh my gosh.
Does get the passive off as well, and Mundo is just so big. Look at that. Great job from Primus to just turn around and get the CC off as needed. The Baron, everything about them is just so big right now. They have the Mountain Drag. They have the Baron. They have everything going for them. All 3 inhibitors are about to be down, and the last dragon's about to be up, Elder Drake. Like, oh my god.
Oof. I don't know if they should probably go back here and just Get the Elder in the game. There's a TP going on to Elder from Delaware Derby. It's the Garen. He's starting it already. Oh my gosh.
What is
Can he
happening?
solo it?
Mundo has teleport.
Mundo does have teleport, but there's only a ward on the other side of the pit. I don't even know if they know that he's on it.
I hate this directed camera. I'm using my camera and going to the dragon pit. It's about halfway dead right now. He is just gonna run away, or he's gonna pull it out. Niles is gonna make his way down there right now, but no, he's just starting it. He gave them a head start.
Oh no.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh.
He stole it!
Steal the Elder Drake.
Oh.
He just handed them the game. Handed them the game completely.
He did. It's over.
I know you're not allowed to forfeit. I would be forfeiting right now.
Oh my lord. Wow. That was what? Yeah, Noble. I mean, I saw where you're going with it, but I just don't think he had the damage. I just don't think it happened.
Oh, actually, Trundle's gonna go ahead and get the shutdown onto Vandal, but it doesn't matter that freaking Elder Drake's gonna go ahead and clean him up. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and that's the team Gap Ace. Game number 2 is gonna go on over to I Dream of Memes Team Green, and we are gonna get a game 3. Wow.
Wow.
Just wow.
What a game.
What a game.
What a game.
Have to pee so badly. I will be right back. That game was so intense. I'm sorry. I have to go to the restroom. I'll be right back, everybody. Break it down, though.
Oh, man.
Unreal how your emotions are in that game, and I'll come back and I'll tell you mine.
Sure. Just wow. Guys, chat, what do you think? Is that like a banger or what? That was a 40-ish minute game. And yeah, Box and a Kitten's doing so much damage on the Anivia. It's crazy. They switch. I think it's because he turned off his camera, so Discord like just puts everybody that doesn't have a camera on the left side of the screen. I don't know. But wow. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. The Garen, Hullbreaker didn't really do the job that Garen wanted to do. I mean, yeah, it's just unfortunate. And it looks like we're getting into the third game lobby here. This is for all the marbles. And it looks like Delaware Derby is going to take a blue side. And let's set up the draft real quick here. Man, what a game. This next game is going to be good then. He missed smite too. Oh, you smited the Garen. Oh, and you still got the Drake. Oh, wow. That's even crazier. I didn't even realize that. Oh my gosh. All right.
Okay.
So, a couple of things, Rylionn, just to catch you up.
Okay.
So, Volibear actually didn't smite the Elder Dragon. He smited Garen. Still got the dragon.
Are you serious?
I am serious.
He didn't even smite it?
He did not smite it.
Unreal.
Still got the dragon anyways. I believe it was with the Q auto attack. Yeah. Unreal indeed.
Oh no, my camera's still off. I think it's when the Discord does that glitch thing where it just...
There we go. I see you now.
Thanks. But yeah, no, definitely what an unreal game. Game number 1. I can't believe like Brown had that like in the bag. Like they had that so early on. The Garen was ahead. The Ezreal was absolutely ahead. Like I don't know. I don't know what happened there. Oh, I do know what happened. Box and the Kittens happened.
Yeah.
The Anivia, they fed the kills into the vein as well. She was able to pick up that triple kill, which put her onto the board. And then from that point forward, it just spiraled out of control. She was able to complete some core items. And then after that point, kaboom. Just done.
Yeah.
Game number 2.
The items. I mean, it just came down to the late game. Like, who was going to get, the best value. And it was just green at that point.
It was just green.
And they're going to tie up the series. And now we're going to get a really good game 3 because this is it. I mean, it's going to be a 2-1 for somebody here. And both teams are fighting for this.
I
Wow.
can't wait to see this. Like, based off of the game, like, it just depends on how each team runs this. Are they going to go ahead and allow these comfortable picks to go through again? That's the real question.
That
If the
is.
answer is yes, then okay, then that's not a good thing. Like the Anivia, the Vayne, the Nautilus, like those were such prevalent top priority picks for Green, and you allowed all three of them to go through.
Yeah.
Not saying that the bans that they had were wrong or bad in any way, shape, or form. Like Set, Hecarim, and Caitlyn, those are three really solid bans. I agree with those. But there's just better bans for this team specifically. I would much rather verse a Caitlyn than a Vayne. 100%.
True. I mean, just how how the teams want to play out these games is like they seem like to gravitate to the later stage of the game. So, why would Caitlyn be a problem? Well, I mean, it is a very deterrent against late game. You want to abuse her early range advantage very early on, especially into Vayne. But yeah, and this kind of goes back to the draft because I feel like they misdrafted a little bit, deciding to go for the Ezreal, banning out the Caitlyn, which didn't really matter. I mean, Vayne is just such a more powerful uh, deterrent against those tanks that they picked, and it paid off.
Agreed. Could not agree anymore. I mean, they even used Vayne game number one, so they know how strong she is, especially into these tanky comps that we were seeing here tonight being played from Brown. So the fact that they didn't pick it, that they went with the Ezreal, like they would have had this game if they would have picked Vayne again, game number two, 100%. The Mundo, the Volibear, the Nautilus, they can't keep up with that champion. They just can't. And as clearly as you saw, who was it? The Galio, the Trundle, and the Garen, they obviously couldn't either, like
Right.
at all. And Lux, she was definitely landing bindings and ultis, but the really important ones there at the end just weren't coming through. Ezreal was always poking. I think if we go back and look at the damage, Ezreal had like 80,000 damage or something crazy like that. I mean, that's no surprise.
Yeah.
But and I'm not saying that they did bad on Ezreal at all. Like Hammered was doing a phenomenal job poking down, getting this insane damage done. It's just the Vayne with the constant DPS that I feel Ezreal didn't provide, especially against these tankier champions, is really what ended up costing them the game.
Yeah. And now we start draft, and I'm curious to see what changes are going to be made because this is, there's a lot of changes that could be made here. I mean, Vayne was a problem. The Anivia was clearly a problem. I mean, leaving up the Anivia, yeah, look, Derby is already going to just ban out Anivia straight off the bat.
Yeah, I do not blame them in the least bit. Game number 2 for me, MVP was Boxing of Kittens, 100%.
Yeah, I agree.
He set up the rest of his team. The walls were so perfect, zoning out,
yes.
sections of the team and things like just
Chef's kiss.
so epic, damn it. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Remember, I Dream of Memes has to forfeit their first 2 bans, so they, even though they were at this kind of quote unquote like disadvantage going into games 1 and 2, I'm super proud of them for coming up in game number 2 and getting this win. Yeah. It's no surprise when you're giving your 3 main champions to your
true.
3 like hard carry people, but like that's what you're gonna do. If you're gonna give up those picks, then why wouldn't we pick them? Of course we're gonna pick them.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's the name of the game. I mean, comfort is key when it comes to that mindset of, oh, I'm very confident in this champion. I can do a lot of things. And I mean, we saw, the kind of the, not so much of a good Nautilus play coming out from Primus, I feel, but he kind of started to redeem himself as the game went on. I started to see more hooks being landed, more important ultimates being landed. So I'm very, very proud of him too, because I mean, he definitely shined that game, and he had a rough start. It usually was like 0-6 or 1-6 at the early stage of the game. So
that is true.
A good job on Primus there. It looks like they are going to prioritize Set, Hecarim, and Anivia once again, and they're actually going to ban out the Mundo this time.
Okay, they had Mundo last game, so maybe they didn't want to give up the Mundo as a priority pick for Delaware, maybe as like a first pick.
Oh, that's a Yorick ban.
Oh, sorry, yeah, that's okay.
That is a Yorick ban.
Yorick. Sorry, everybody.
Oh,
Ah,
oh. I
God.
guess they didn't see that in time. No
No.
worries.
Well, now we got to decide what that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll
Well,
figure that out in just a moment. I mean, that's pretty unfortunate, not gonna lie.
yeah, I don't know. Oh, I see, I see.
And pick. Okay. So they kind of told them what they were doing, but that is all right.
All right, it seems we're gonna restart the draft, so bear with me as I
Yep.
make a new link.
That's okay. So yeah, a little bit of misclicks happening. You know, it does. It happens sometimes. But still, you know, banning out the Yorick, I think, is a smart move, as we saw in game number one. A very, very strictly sticking to top lane champion. And Garen tried to do that a little bit, and I think kind of veered off that path of split pushing after he got 3v1'd. The only dilemma is as he was getting 3v1, the rest of his team didn't capitalize on the 4v2 situation. They didn't get objectives across the map. They didn't 4v2 engage the enemy team. They didn't try anything at all. I think Garen could have kept on sticking to the side lanes and could have kept on just pushing out. He had the Triforce. He had the Hull Breaker. He has that split pushing capability. He doesn't really play around his team at all anyways. And the only answer that they really had to the Mundo, to the Garen, unless they sent 3 members, was Vayne. That's it. That's the only person that they had. So I think that they should stick to like that side comp pushing strategy that we saw in game number one for Team Brown.
Yep, and the draft is about to be started here shortly, so hopefully they get right back on that as yep, they are going to indeed ban the York, and they were planning on picking the Mundo. I don't know if that's going to be taken away from them, because it certainly can be. But we'll have to see. I wonder what Brown will prioritize. And I mean, I don't know if their
My
top
link's not
laner
working. I have
does.
no idea.
Oh, the link's not
Sorry.
working for you?
No, mine just says waiting. It says brown, green. That's it.
Oh, I mean, it hasn't started yet. They are going to be
Oh,
readying up
got you.
soon.
My bad. I thought you said that we saw the York ban off rip. I was like, oh, I don't see nothing yet. My bad.
It's okay.
Sorry.
You're fine. I do think the York ban is probably necessary. I mean, we saw great performance from the York in the first game. I mean, it kind of, makes sense to do that if you are planning to play a comp that wants to stick together like they did in the second game. So banning the York, you don't want to split up the team. That's certainly a character that you could ban. And since, I mean, it looks like tanks are being played top lane, that is fair.
Agreed. But knowing that each team has really preferred like a really tanky front line, I think either prioritizing a Vayne or banning out the Vayne completely needs to happen. This is either like a pick or ban type situation if they're going to constantly be doing these tanky type roles, So we'll see what they do, for the rest of the picks. So we at least know that I think Mundo's going to be picked. I don't know unless they get banned out. So, in round 2 or whatever. But that seems to be like a priority pick here for Team Green in the top side. Like we saw the Anivia, the Hecarim bans. Well, they were banning Yorick third, obviously. And then who was the last one? Was it Set?
Set
Was the third ban?
Set was the third ban. Assuming that they are, obviously still sticking with the York ban, I wouldn't be surprised to see if they like try to pick Vayne, because she's kind of left open here. I mean, there it is. Green has been playing a lot of tanks, 3 tanks in the last game. It wouldn't surprise me if they try to go it again, but knowing that there's a Vayne on the other side, they have to be careful. And the Caitlyn was left open this time. I wonder if they're going to prioritize that. They are going to hover the Mundo, which is fair. I mean, but knowing there's a Vayne on the other side, I don't necessarily think that would be like the best blind pick. But hey, it worked out in the second game for Windward. I don't doubt that it will work again. And Caitlyn is going to be picked up It looks like, anyways. So yeah, everything that I'm saying is kind of happening. Not
Yeah.
sure if I'm like cursing or like coaching. I don't know.
It's it happens, and I think they ended up going with the Mundo because they told them in chat we meant to ban out Yorick and we were picking Mundo, so they didn't want to go back on their word and like pick like an Urgot or something like that. So they already they messed it up, you
Yeah,
know.
that's
They
true.
and I appreciate them for being honest and still following through with the Mundo, even though the Vayne was picked.
Yeah.
You know, still they followed up with the Caitlyn pick. That's a direct counter to the Vayne. So Vigar is actually going to get picked up.
Ooh.
I like that. I mean, you know, the infinite scaling, that's a really strong AP champion. The AoE stun that he has, you know, at least to be able to zone out people, like, that's a problem. Let's see what they follow up with now. Is this Vigar support, you think? Because we could
Oh.
see Vigar support and then the condemn from Vayne. Oh my god. And then, yeah, I think it's going to be Yone mid. Is it going to be Yone mid Vigar
Yeah.
support?
It's very. I mean, it could be Yone top.
Oh,
I have
that's
seen
true.
that
That's true.
before. So they're definitely two flex picks on the side of Brown. Don't know where they might go, but I'm curious to see the response here because this is a whole different kind of team comp coming out from Brown. I mean, you're picking Vigar blindly here, and that leads way into a counter pick. Any assassin really could do work on Vigar, especially like a Zed. It's possible we see some sort of different mid laner. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna manage without the Nivea. I mean, we saw the Oriana in the first game,
It
so
did.
I'm definitely curious as to if that's gonna be another one that they pick here. I mean, wouldn't do too bad because they do have a Mundo on their side who can just run in and you can Ori ult on right on top. But they are gonna
Ooh.
take out to the Vi once again.
Yep, they were hovering Trundle there until like the very last second they switched to the Vi. The Nico's going to be banned out from Team Brown here, and let's see what the final bans are. So
It
yeah, they
is
are
gonna
going to
be
stick with
Trundle.
that Trundle ban. So they definitely don't
That's
want
fair.
that. I agree. That Trundle
Yeah.
was a menace,
Oh yeah.
absolute menace.
And Volibear is going to be the response as well. Definitely a good pick overall. I mean, we'll see if they Green decide to have the counter pick into the mid lane. I wonder if Boxen has anything else up their sleeves for the pick, or is it going to be the jungler? Hmm.
Let's find out.
Let's find out.
Let us find out. I mean, I would kind of try to keep my jungler for last. Oh, never mind. Okay,
Okay.
so another Jinja pick, just like we saw in game number one. So we see a little bit of mixture coming in from game one and two. You know, definitely some comfort picks. Still Dr. Mundo. Oh, the Echo again
Echo
coming
again.
out like we saw in game number one.
Yep.
So that looks like it might be Echo Jungle, just like we did see from Rich and Smart. And let's see
Yep.
what this final pick is. This will be either the support or the top laner.
Yeah,
Unless
for
Vayne
sure.
is top lane.
Unless Yode's top lane, like they have a lot of flexible characters on the
They
side of
really
Brown,
do.
but they have to make a decision here. Let's see what it is. It's gonna be the Orn.
The Orn.
So it
Okay, the
is
Orn
Viger
Horn.
support.
It is. I, I like this. I
Okay,
like this comp from Brown. I do so far. Let's see what the final pick is before we get into any comments.
that's true. That's true. This is gonna be for the mid lane here. Knowing that Yone is possibly mid, Rise. Okay, huh?
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
This,
This is. Huh. Let me think for a moment. Let me think for a minute. And we all know how dangerous that can be. So let me see here. If they completely just goof on the bot lane, like yeah, Viger can drop a cage, Blitzcrank doesn't really care. He could still pull. He could pull you through the cage. He doesn't have to get to you at all. So it's not like a Nautilus. So I like the fact that Primus thought about that. Thought, okay, I'm going to be completely out of a whole move set, essentially, or my entire kit, if I go into a Vigar. Well,
that's
instead
true.
of me going to them, I'll just have them come to me then.
Yeah,
And
that's
I'm
fair.
there for the Blitzcrank.
I mean, they I don't know if they knew that Vigar was going to go as support, but
True.
I mean it's good with Caitlyn, so why not pick it? And they do not have like a lot of tanks on the side of Brown this time around, so it's more of a very late game scaling comp. I mean, you have a scaling ADC, a scaling support, a scaling mid laner. Echo's kind of scaly himself, so and definitely Ornn scaling. While on the other side, you have a lot of early aggression and a little bit of tank and a little bit of scaling as well. So I like the mixed comp. Man, I like the spiciness of Brown's comp though, just like you said.
I do too. I cannot argue with that. I personally think Brown gets my vote for overall team comp and winners of this series overall. Went ahead and dropped 5 more
Woo!
subs for you all in chat. Thank you so very much. We have 44 people in here. Shout out to
Let's
every single one
go.
of you. Thank you so very much. Rylionn, it's the real noble. Jesus, Bleezus, I hate flawless, and has been. Congratulations on that. You don't have to worry about those pesky ads no more. And please come back. We definitely like to see you here a lot more often. But once again, points wise, I'm gonna have to go with Brown on this.
All right.
I personally think their combo is very deadly.
Woo!
We
Look
saw
at the
the
points
play.
on the side of memes. Oh my gosh, 7K. A lot of.
I'll drop 15,000 points on Brown right now.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of points, my man.
I'll drop 15K right now on Brown.
Oh
I just
man.
did. I just
Wow.
did.
All right. Well, Brown now has the lead, and sorry for interrupting, but I just thought that was crazy. A lot of green supporters out there.
A lot of green supporters.
Now you're,
Yeah, they
you're
had 5
definitely
people.
you're definitely thinking that Brown's gonna win this, man. I hope we don't caster curse them, right?
Yeah, you're
like
not
you
wrong.
did in game 2, even though they won, I think. So
it was just some very unfortunate positioning at those times that I was speaking. You know, they just capitalized on it really well.
They know they're like listening to us through, I don't know, some sort of wizardry. I don't know.
as long as Vigar and Vayne don't overstep and get pulled by the Blitzcrank, they really do have a really good time on bot lane. Yeah, Caitlyn has that range over the Vayne, but Vigar is going to be able to provide that extra support. You know, what is it, Starfall, and, you know, being able to also get the Q passive over and over and over again. You know, there's just a lot there. Plus, if they do end up getting pushed in, that still allows Rich and Smart to go ahead and gank. So I definitely don't see anything wrong with them at all.
Oh no,
what
Noble.
happened?
Oh, something happened here. 1 second.
Oh, okay. It looks like we have a
jungle,
power
the
outage.
power outage. Oh man, he must be on near the hurricane stuff. Well,
Oof,
that's not good.
very unfortunate. Oh no.
Oh man, I don't know if it could be a while.
Yeah, those aren't. I don't know how familiar chat is with the hurricanes here. I know us Floridians definitely.
We invest money
don't even bat an eye.
we invest
Yeah.
money into the power stuff. Don't worry about that one. But I don't know. Let's see.
Okay, they don't.
Let me just close that real quick.
Do we need me to run in there? I'm not a good jungler, but I'll do it. I'm just joking. Y'all definitely don't want to see me jungle. That is for 100% certain. Well, give us just a couple moments then. We will find out.
We're gonna take a brief intermission, and when we come back, hopefully we have the third game. We'll have to see. But until then, we'll be in touch. Don't worry.
Yes. Hello again, all of you wonderful, wonderful people. Thank you for sticking with us through those a little bit of technical difficulties, but that is okay because, stuff happens and we learn to adapt and roll just like each of these teams did throughout this entire series, and we should have game number 3 up and running here underway. Same members, nobody's going anywhere, no role swaps, no change, no e-subs, no nothing. It's okay, it happens. We have the full team. I'm so excited. I was so hoping that we would actually get a game 3. We're actually getting that here tonight. And the fact that we get to keep the entirety of the teams makes it even better. So I'm very much looking forward to this. So we should have everything up and running here in the next few moments. Just waiting on them to start it off. Boxing of kittens. There we go.
All right.
And it is now underway. So, but yeah, looking at everything again, I once again like Brown's comp all the way from start to finish. It's just going to be really up to that bot lane in general. Do not overstep your boundaries. Do not allow that Blitzcrank Caitlyn to bully you and then poke you out and then pull you in. You know what I mean? So it happens.
Yeah, and unfortunately, things like that happen, but thank God Richard Smart was able to, I guess, put his smartness to good use and get it back up, I guess.
Yes, he's put his richness and his smartness to good use right now.
Good use.
Love it. I love it. But
yeah.
How are you feeling? Who are you going with for game number 3 here?
I mean, it's hard. Like you said, Brown has such a interesting comp that, there's a few comfort picks. There's a few picks that were already picked in the games before. They have a lot of scaling, though, which is I hope that, Green can at least pressure them out early and abuse that. But I mean, I like their late game assurance if you catch my drift. So I'm gonna have to go with Brown.
Okay, absolutely. Let's see if they can just capitalize and stick around their win conditions. Thank you.
Yeah.
Stick around the Vayne, stick around the Echo, things like that. I mean, Yone, Veigar, Vayne, and Echo are just so heavy damage wise, and then Ornn just buffs them up as time goes forward. So I really like their comp all the way across. Green is kind of hit or miss. If they get the wrong pull, that could lead to many issues. If they pull Ornn out by accident, or even if they pull the Echo, he could just ulti back, Yone can ulti back, Veigar can drop the cage. There's just really only one target that they have, and that's going to be Vayne. So let's see if
Vayne is hard to catch, especially with the tumble. So yeah.
Yep, got the tumbles, got the invisibilities, got the condemns. So there's a lot there.
Yeah, there's a lot, but I'm sure they'll able to punish accordingly, as
right.
I mean, it is their main thing, I think, for that comp. So definitely looking forward to that as we're now getting into the picks. Hopefully we get the ball rolling, but yeah, I'm feeling pretty spicy about this one. I mean, Veigar, I have not seen that in a long time, honestly.
It's been a minute. But
yeah.
When you want to run Morgana, in my opinion,
yeah, Morgana would be an appropriate choice, but I guess the cage is more of a team fight zoning tool rather than because they're not playing kind of a pick comp in the, at least not in the later stages of the game. I think they want a team fight with the Ornn ultimate, the Ornn horn. I mean, they do have sort of a pick comp, but I don't think as the game goes on they're going to be able to get that. And early game is going to be a little rough for them. But Richard Smart on Echo, I mean, we saw him the first game. We saw him be aggressive in every single lane. So I'm expecting that same performance again. I know his power just got knocked out. He's running a generator or something over there. He's working the magic. But yeah, let's see if he keeps up the same performance as the first game.
Yeah, I believe in him. I definitely think that they have the capabilities as a team. We saw game number 1 was absolutely phenomenal. Game number 2 was really back and forth there for a minute. I mean, just like yesterday, this week has been a phenomenal gameplay for Team Gap. Getting 3 games back to back. I just hope this continues throughout the remainder of this week, and the rest of the teams also are able to get their game 3s in, because for the people that got O2'd, even getting to a game 3 is just such a moral victory on its own, because I got 0-2 last week, and then we won the best of 3 this week. Last week, Brown just got 0-2'd, and now here they are in Game 3 again. So it could go either way. They could take the victory. They could go ahead and fall. They are still on the board now. So I'm sure they're extremely happy at the fact that they at least were able to get one dub, and
Yeah.
that's something that they could take home with them at the end of this night, no matter what happens.
Yeah, both teams have a dub. At least that's going for them. So the only thing is, like, Brown is on the lower half of the standings right now, so they're winning for still a higher spot in
They
the
are.
season. Um,
They are looking for that because I think Queen's Gambit versed Brown last week, if I'm not mistaken. Correct?
yes, and unfortunately, it did not go well for Brown. They went. Oh, sorry, it was 1-2 actually. They have 1 point. They did win a game against Black, I believe, but
That's right, they did.
they are in the middle of the standings actually from that, and the other
That is
teams.
correct.
They're smack dab in the middle. So at least they I can see them wanting a higher seed, especially against Green. I mean, they pulled off the first game beautifully. I think everything went well for them, and it ended at a 20-minute game. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
20
mean,
minutes and
that
11
doesn't happen
seconds.
often. That really
No.
does not happen often, and it was just the stars aligned for them. They were getting the early aggression out from Rich and Smart. They were getting the early kills on Hammered, even though Hammered got pushed in the most of that game and then came back with a vengeance. Top lane was a back and forth, and yeah, it was great to see. So
I mean, I love seeing just Gap members in general grow and change their play styles and adapt to each team as it comes. It's not like we
Yeah.
just play this one way, we just do the same things over and over again, and you could play the same champions over and over and over again. But you're going to have different results every single time because you're versing a new team. So, what could be one team's weakness could be another team's. I'm not too worried about that,
Yeah.
So, we had picks for like Primus's Nautilus, but we didn't want to go into it. So we just got rid of it completely. This game, Delaware Derby wasn't too worried about it in games 2. In 1 and
Yeah.
3 they banned out the Nautilus both times, I believe. Actually, no, they didn't pick Nautilus at all. They didn't ban it out. My apologies. They didn't ban it out at all. Game number 3, but they definitely saw game number 2, and I'm actually surprised that they didn't ban it out game number 3. But they adapted with the Vigar pick, so I just really like the change. It shows great growth. It shows great style in each of the teams, and here we are, game number 3, and we're here for a reason.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, DZ, what's up? Good to see you.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm gonna run a quick ad, English, excuse me, for our lovely subs. You don't have to worry about that one.
No, not at all.
Not at
And
all.
all of the people that have dropped subs tonight or got gifted subs tonight, thank you once again to all the folks that tune in, watch us. Shout out to our host / caster of the evening, Wookie. What an amazing job that you do every single time. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Makes it so smooth. You got the little timers and everything. Like,
Yeah.
that looks good.
I was working
You
today.
gotta teach
I was
me-
working
you gotta-
today.
You gotta teach me how this, because this setup is not
No,
the
this
setup
is
that I
this
have.
is all from today.
I was gonna say,
I did
like,
all
this
this
is
today.
brand new.
Yeah,
Guys, I don't know if you noticed this, like, all the changes that ever get made, all the video editing, all that stuff comes from this man right here. Like, the amount of dedication that he has for Team Gap, unreal. So, huge shout out to Wookie once again. Go drop likes, follows, go to his OnlyFans, drop his Cash App. We'll do the whole 9 yards. Not even worried about it.
Yeah, true.
But-
And I am very passionate about this kind of stuff, so glad to do it. And game 3 is about to be underway. Oh man, do you think it's gonna be an aggressive start? Like, are we gonna see an invade for once? There has not been invade.
Yeah.
There has not been an invade the first 2 games.
We got a Blitzcrank. Oh, we're invading.
Oh
We're
yeah,
invading.
yeah, true, very true.
We got a Blitzcrank, we got a Mundo, we got cleavers and hooks. Like, you pull one person, dead. Dead, and the flash is burned. It's either that
true.
or they're just dead. So,
That's true.
I definitely think that they should go for the invade here 100,000,000%. There isn't really a whole lot, unless Vigar ends up going cage. which is
it's risky.
questionable. It's risky.
It's risky.
It's doable, but it's risky.
It's doable,
you know?
but it's risky. Yeah, for sure. And as you all are aware, Derby is on Team Blue, and Green is on Team Red. I feel like just judging from the choices here on the runes. I mean, I know you can't see it right now. I will get that up in a second. Don't worry. But the rune choices here, there's no TP or no flash on Ornn, which is interesting to me. How do you feel about that?
I don't like that. I just don't. He is not the champion that you're gonna see really drawn out fights with. I mean, with Mundo maybe chasing you down, but even still, then get a Bramble Vest. That's a constant Grievous wounds that Mundo's not gonna be able to. He just can't deal with because it's passive. Ignite is up every 3 minutes, 180 seconds. And it gives you 70 damage in the beginning, and I think up to, 310 overall? Like, that's no bueno. Flash can get you in, can get you out.
Yeah.
It can set you up for the Ornn Horn. Like, there's so much. Oh, and they are going for that invid, but they're going all through top side. It's noble. Ooh, nice blind hook. I like the potential of it, but no, definitely doesn't pick up anything. Okay, deep wards being placed here by Team Green. So I Dream of Means out onto the blue lane. So they're going to be able to get some early jungle information out and available to everybody. I like how they moved as a unit. They were trying to get a pick, but they at least got some deep wards out. That's all that really matters.
Yeah, an award was expended on the side of Green as well. On the side of Green as well. Or blue. Sorry, Jesus. Derby as well. Brown, knowing that they have vision on that side of the map, is going to make them start on the red buff.
I mean, Vexer says, Flash not very useful on Ornn because of the E path, or just because of the E in general. But being able to flash and then E gives you even more distance, especially from ganks, such as these gap closers like Arsenic. And, Windward's able to hit those slows, his E is only going to get him so far.
Yeah, I think
Once again,
the Ignite becomes less useful as the game goes on, especially on Ornn, because he's the one going to be in the tank spaces, and I don't think Ignite is going to necessarily be used as like a burst. After you do your burst, you pick up the kill kind of thing. So I don't know. It's an interesting choice. We'll have to see how it pans out. I don't certainly disrespect it, but it is a little bit of an interesting choice. I mean, usually you see the Ignite and TP on characters like Camille, who can pretty much dash in and out and be just a complete 1v1 menace as, wow, flashes expended. Both sides of
both on Blitzcrank and on Spare. So Primus and Spare both have the same idea. I like how they hit level 2. Echo's going to go in and make his way down to the bot lane for that early gank. Very nice. No wards placed just yet. Heal's going to be used by Fizz everywhere. Flash used as well. Okay, very nice. Echo's going to go in and maintain. The red buff is going to go ahead and cause that slow to go down. Nice hook from Primus. The flash throw, though, from Rich and Smart. The focus now goes back onto Primus. Are they able to pick up a second kill? I wouldn't dive underneath tower. You definitely don't have ulti yet. Double kill. And is it going to go? Yes, the execute, though. Nobody gets that second kill. Very lucky for Team Delaware Derby right there, because that Vigar overstepped way too much. Ended up burning the flash as well. Oh no, he ended up burning it earlier. My apologies. He didn't need to.
Yeah.
But great job.
Yeah, I don't think that was a total loss for Green.
No.
I mean, at least they got one kill. It was on the Blitzcrank. I mean, we're starting to see a trend here. I mean, these silver teams, they're just getting the support kills. I mean, there's no ADC kills at the beginning of the game, apparently.
When you got supports like Primus and Mustard running around, I'd be focusing them too, you know?
That's true. But yeah, definitely not a complete loss for Green, as one kill was picked up, but we're starting to see Rich and Smart do it again. Same rundown as game 1. He just goes everywhere he wants and picks up kills, picks up flashes, as we saw in the first game. But it looks like Arsenic back on the Xin Zhao again is caught out.
Oh, yep, here it goes. Oran's going to go ahead and engage there. Rich and Smart, along with Daddy Pacific, are going to go ahead and engage on the Arsenic Fox, getting really low. The flash is going to be used. Ignite is there, and Daddy Pacific is going to go ahead and pick up that kill. I think it was a double. No, it was not a double Ignite. It was just the Ignite from Noble.
Okay, so Noble did actually have a use for that Ignite. I mean...
I guess so. I was talking shit about it earlier. I'm sorry, Noble.
Noble Noble didn't even pick up that kill, though.
No, he did not. I didn't see how Orin picked it up, to be honest with you. It was so far away, but it works. Ooh, the very nice pinky toe hook is going to land. Spare's going to get really low. The Ignite's going to go off, and I think Blitzcrank, yeah, is going to go ahead and pick that one up. Vayne stopped autoing. She could have got a little bit more damage out onto Fizzed everywhere. Private's going to go ahead and step up. Does not get the knock up, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, Vayne's autos are a little bit slow right now on the early game.
We have a ping to maybe teleport behind them. Orin might be looking for a TP behind. They did ping it in the bot lane there. Nah, Vayne's going to go ahead and back off. And he's going to go ahead and base right into that bush there. Very nice. Okay. Can't argue with it.
This is kind of a little bit risky from Arsenic just starting up this dragon. But, I mean...
No vision?
There's no vision on the side of Brown. So, yeah, free dragon. I mean, we do see Rich and Smart kind of inching towards the dragon, but it looks like he's just picking up camps. Doesn't even know it's happening.
Nope. I don't think they have a clue in the world. Now, granted, it's just a Cloud Drake, but and they're not level 6 just yet, so there's not really a whole lot that they're going to get out of this dragon right now. So, it's still for later on. Dragons are dragons. We have a mountain dragon's going to be the second one of the game, so all right.
Means it's going to be Infernal or Ocean.
Oh,
last game of the series, too.
Oh, you already know. I'm so excited.
You already know.
Oh, very nice from its Noble engaging on the Windward. They're landing his full combo off, but Mundo picking up his brand new passive. I don't really know exactly what it does. All I know is it's kind of like Zac, which is annoying. So
yeah, it's kind of like a blob, but it reduces the cooldown of his passive.
Here we go. Another engage though from Rich and Smart. No sums available on Caitlyn. She does have the E to get out. Doesn't land the stun, but the Viger's there to back up anyway. Spare's going to go ahead and pick up the kill. Very nice. Meanwhile, topside, we have an engage from It's Noble onto Windward Ocean. And now that is going to go ahead and prolong their lead to 4-2. They're ahead by about 1,000 gold early on. He's just walking up to one. The disrespect. The disrespect.
The disrespect recall.
Oh, Windward.
Oh, no.
He has no idea what's going on right now. The flash. Oh, he missed the brittle. Oh my god. Oh,
no.
Why would you dive underneath tower?
Oh.
I'm not even gonna comment on it. You all saw it. Clip it. He'll save it for later, and he will learn never to do that ever again.
Ship it. Clip it and ship it. Man. You know he's gonna
Windward outplayed that so hard.
A lot of confidence on that one. Coming out from both top laners, but Windward got the edge on that one. He regens so much health from picking up that passive canister, and
he just missed the brittle. He missed the brittle stack
too. Yep. Unfortunate, but hey. Another kill picked up for the top of the... Oh, Daddy!
Going into the mid lane there. Box and Kitten's forced to flash. The Ignite's going to go off as well. The Vayne stun... Or not Vayne. The Vayne is... Oh, the Vigar stun is going to go off. Oh, my God.
Vayne, Vigar...
Oh, here we go. Oh, they stuffed the back. That was completely blind as well. Rich and Smart is so smart and filthy rich now that he got that kill. Very nice. But in the meanwhile, Prime is going to go ahead and land a nice hook onto the bot lane. 3 tower hits are going to be taken. Does pop the passive. Caitlyn does have the range to continually poke down the level 4 Vigar. A little bit behind. But Vayne is doing some good autos of her own. Oh, just not able to last hit, unfortunately.
Yep.
Don't run into that trap now.
It's all right. I mean, they are creating pressure where needed, and it looks like, I mean, there's not much that Vayne and Vigar can really do at this point. I mean, they're half health. They have no potions left, and they're getting pressured under tower here.
But that does allow the top lane and the jungler for Delaware Derby to go ahead and take that Rift Herald. So I do like that. Another great Primus hook is going to go ahead and go off. He's going to go ahead and stay underneath the tower, unfortunately, in range. Oh, force the flash, but no! Oh, how unfortunate! And Caitlyn's going to go ahead and pick up a double kill right down the bot lane. Primus with just a sliver of health left gets out of there. I love it. Rich and Smart for a gank down into the mid lane. But Rise is going to go ahead and take whiff of that and back off from there. Great job from Primus landing these hooks. He is on point so far.
Yeah, let's crank.
Oh, top lane. Windward Ocean, though, getting the better of these trades now. He's a little bit tankier than our counterpart Ornn over there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the items. He opted to go for... Oh, what is up with these dives underneath the towers?
Oh my
God!
What was that? Wait.
That tower was a Gatling gun. You said, I was like...
Yeah! That tower
fired
fired a shot, then fired an immediate another shot.
I don't know
I've
what
never
that
seen
was.
that before.
I have no
I've
idea what
never
that
seen
was.
that before.
I
think it was...
I have no idea.
You know what it was? It was the retargeting. Because Echo was still... So as soon as Echo ulted, the tower was ready for another shot. And it reset itself, and it had no other target besides Echo when he came back.
There we go. We have a nice drum coming in from Hammered and from Spare the Condemned right into the Vigar wall. Spare's going to pick up another kill. Vayne is unfortunately 0-1-4 right now. Oh, I bet she is fuming.
Yeah. But hey, Vigar, a fed Vigar is, pretty much the same thing as a fed Vayne, I'd say.
I'd say it's probably even worse, to be honest. A lot of these people are going to probably be building armor instead of magic resist, so...
I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, like I said, there are scaling on both teams, and if we get to late game, we'll see that shine as Dragon is about to be up. Another flashed away from a hook from Spare. Cannot afford to get caught right before Dragon is up.
He's using that, like, right as soon as it comes off cooldown, like, every time.
Yeah, there's just no escape.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, there's just no escape. You get pulled, you're pretty much dead to the combo. And, I mean, they're level 6, too.
They are. Yeah, that Caitlyn ulti landing the double kill there early game. Like, it up by 40 farm
40
right now
CS,
over the game. Like, Vayne is just getting the short end of every stick right now. Vigar, I know he wants to take these kills. Oh, no, do not. You just gave up your position. It doesn't matter. The Condemn right into the Vigar cage as well. But Fizz everyone's going to go ahead and zone. Nice Q to get the Vigar down. The Ornn Horn is going to go off. Does hit 2 people. Very nice. Arsenic Fox is going to go ahead and get really low. Yone's going to get 2 shutdowns. Echo's going to get a kill as well. Focus now on the Windward Ocean and a double kill on over to the... triple kill. That is going to be 4 members for just 1. That is very nice. That's exactly what they needed. Echo is huge, just like he was in game 1. Rich and Smart just constantly all over the place. Popping the Rift Herald as well, getting that extra gold, picking up the Mountain Drake. Let's hope that it's an Infernal Soul, because I like fighting.
Yeah, I mean, Rich and Smart, just honestly, just the MVP of, this game so far, I'd say, for the side of Derby. And, it's hard to deal with him. Like, I don't think Primus should have probably face tanked that bush or face checked that bush. And it ended up costing his life. I mean, they did get a few kills there, but wasn't enough.
Okay, Yone with an engage here onto the mid lane. Boxitikin's doing a really good job kiting back onto the rides. He's going to go ahead and, gum Bungie right back to his his former form, or his original form, I should say. God, I hate those champions so much. Even though my own team played Yone, I still just genuinely don't like him as a person. Like, not Volps, I mean Yone. Like, I hate Yone and Yasuo.
No, Volps gets it. Don't worry. Volps will, will hear that
one. Volps, A1 from day one, baby.
He says, I'm gonna fight you. Direct call out, Volps. You got to take care of that one after the game.
Oh, okay. She condemned him through the cage because she was already stunned. She ran into it right before Vayne could go ahead and get the condemn off, push her unfortunately out of tower range. I think that would have been a kill if they would have just kept her there.
Yeah, no, I think it was also the E animation off of Caitlyn, maybe. I think that that triggered that kind of weird interaction.
He said 1v1 me, loser shaves. Hell no. Absolutely not.
Yeah, so that condemn there. I think Caitlyn has to time her back shot neck trap to kind of get out of range of the stun. Still get stunned, but at least you create some distance.
Absolutely, and Arsenic is on the bot side as well. They were able to catch him up on that Tri-Bush ward, and Echo's going to make his way down there as well. Oh no, I'm sorry, they didn't have a Tri-Bush ward. They The other side has a Tri-Bush Ward. Okay, Primus Multi is going to go to engage. Gets a lot of damage. Down goes Caitlyn instantly. And here comes Hammer to pick up the kill on the Blitzcrank. Holy crap. That's 6-2 Echo, not messing around. He already has a mythic item. No other person, except for Ryze, has a mythic item. I'm sorry, so does Mundo, because he has 99 farm. Oh, so does Caitlyn. She just picked up a Gale Force. Okay, look at that. So everyone has their mythics now. But Echo was exclusively the other one that had it just a few moments ago. And here we have Arsenic Fox engaging onto the bot lane, getting onto Spare, the Condemned to come back. I really like this. This is looking really good for Hammered right now. 1-2, and down he goes. Arsenic, so unfortunate. I thought the ulti was going to be able to block it, but I think it was focused more on the Vigar than it was on the Vayne. So unfortunate.
Yeah, that ultimate, he was still in range of Hammered, who just decided to auto-attack him, and he was...
Don't blame him.
Yeah, I mean, it's a free kill. It was so close.
Okay, Box of the King's forced to flash into the mid lane. Rich and Smart, though, engage underneath tower, pops the ulti. Promise Multis, very nice from Deadly to go ahead and predict that pull and just dash to safety anyways. Mundo, meanwhile, on the top lane is going to go ahead and fight underneath tower. It's Noble is doing a good job just keeping underneath, getting that tower aggro as well. And Brown's looking pretty solid early game so far. I can't complain.
Yeah, I mean, I can't complain on the side, too. I mean, look at the CS difference from the Caitlyn and Vayne. It's so massive. Double the CS for the Caitlyn, already on the Mythic, about to take this tower.
Yeah, Green's just doing really well at CS overall. Like, Jungle's really the only one that's kind of lacking thereof right now. Primus is unfortunately going to go ahead and pull the Vigar into it, but it doesn't matter because Echo's there as well. He's going to go ahead and keep on focusing on Primus. There are two traps though, so he has to be very careful what's going on. And no, he just needed to go ahead and base there. The tower taken out by just a thread. He does save it. Caitlyn's going to go ahead and step up. Are you wild, man? Vayne, you're going all the way around.
He should have stepped up before. I mean, Echo has no ultimates.
What is going on? You can't just pause in the middle of a fight.
Oh, man.
Mid lag. Oh, no. This is not good.
Well, it's on a different person. At least Rich and Smart kept his power on.
That's true. That's true. They said there was a little bit of mid lag. But no, that's coming in from Green. Brown is fine right now.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just saying, yeah. At least it's.
Oh, just meant my bad. Joke went right over my head. Sorry about that. That one I didn't pick up. I'm so sorry. There we go.
Back.
The pause has been lifted. We're gonna see that slight buffer, as you well know. Oh,
that's
look
an
at that
interesting
echo.
one.
That's a far-ass jump. Look at that. If you guys didn't know how far that went, now you do. Perfect. That's cool.
Interesting animation there.
That's cool. That's cool looking.
Kind of sucks in the time, I guess.
Yeah, he's warping.
Warping. Like there we go. Yeah. I don't even know what his E is called, but that's pretty dope.
It's called You Dead Now.
Yeah. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Everyone's gonna get picked off, and I think that went on over to Echo. And meanwhile, top lane, they're gonna go ahead and focus down the Rift Scuttle. Ornhorn's gonna go ahead and get blown. Daddy Pacific is gonna go ahead and make his way onto Arsenic Fox. He's getting super low right now, and that is gonna go ahead and all she wrote. Daddy Pacific turning his focus onto Boxing of Kittens. Windward actually gonna go ahead and take out the Orc, so now it's a 1v2 situation. Flash comes in from Daddy Pacific, misses the cleaver, and yeah, Shelly's gonna go ahead and reset. Wow. Great job for stopping them, at least.
Yeah, definitely picking up a kill on Noble, at least.
Echo. Echo's 9-2. Dear God.
Yeah, he's gunning for this, though.
Focusing on the Windward, and that's all she wrote. Boxing of Cans is now in a 1v2 of his own situation, and that Shelly's going to go ahead and do work onto the backline. Doesn't matter. Double kill. Echo is huge right now. Oh, my goodness. And they're going to go ahead and take Shelly. They are just transferring this around like it ain't nothing.
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't even matter that Caitlyn is so far ahead in CS. I mean, this Echo has a Mejai's at 18 stacks, has 9,000 gold. 9,000 gold at this point in the game. Hammered, looking for something here.
Yeah, Prime's gonna go ahead and land a nice hook. Does not, unfortunately, get the E off onto her, and the ulti goes off as well, but to no avail. Hammer's going to get out with just a sliver of health left. Spare is going to engage onto Arsenic. Is the cage going to go ahead and get popped? Yes, it does. He's going to try engage, and he jumps right into it. Spare's going to pick up the third kill. Focused out, goes on to Fizz everywhere. Okay, he's going to go ahead and take out Vigar. I like it. Aggro from the dragon in the back. Don't know what all the question marks are for. That's from your own team. That's okay. Fizz everywhere. Now the target of Daddy Pacific. It's Noble is in a 3v2 situation, so he needs to back off there. Might need to give up the Infernal Dragon.
Laser precision.
Okay, let's see. Vayne is still extremely, extremely low. She's trying to get, lifesteal. She doesn't even have the Doran's ring anymore. Never mind. Oh, she didn't have Doran's ring. She has Doran's blade. Oh my god, Rich is smart. It doesn't matter. That damage, like you said, those 18 Magi stacks. Really nice Oranhorn, but he didn't get the knock-up onto the Mundo because, well, he has a spell shield of his own. Okay, there goes. Hammer's going to pick up the kill onto Blitzcrank. Focus down to the backline. He's going to go ahead and gum back into his original form, and here they go taking these dragons. The focus on these objectives that they didn't have in game number 1, they completely adjusted and made up for it in games 2 and 3. Just phenomenal job from Team Brown.
Yeah, I mean, definitely looking at game 2 for that one because they lost Soul and now they're coming back with a vengeance, and it is an Infernal Soul. So this is gonna be spicy. I mean, Echo's already almost at full stacks of Magi's. One more assist, one more kill will put him at full stacks, and that is a dangerous Echo. You do not want to face check him at any point. You will get annihilated. Doesn't even matter if you're Mundo. Doesn't matter if you're Blitzcrank.
Okay. Primus is going to go ahead and flank from the backside, but he has none of his team to go ahead and back up with them. I know Arsenic was trying to do so, but the Vigar cage is a really good deterrent. Meanwhile, on the top side, Noble and Windward are both doing what they can. Flash forward from Spare. Nice Everfrost to go ahead and get the stun off, and he's just going to go ahead and wait. Okay, meanwhile, we're going to go ahead in the mid lane. 4 members from Team Green are going to make their way. Does get the shutdown onto Yon. The 2 members are going to go ahead and go towards top side. Very nice Gale Force forward to pick up the kill onto Vigar, and Hammered is now in a 1v4 situation. Just give up the tower, buddy. Yep, there goes the flash forward from Primus. Gets the hook, and the shutdown goes on over to the Vayne. So now to the Caitlyn. So the kind of irrelevant Caitlyn before just got fed about 2 or 3 kills, and they're taking the tier 1 mid and now the tier 2 mid towers for that.
Now, can Echo 4v1?
No, I don't think. Oh my god, Fizz
No!
everywhere. Why are you there?
Wait.
I don't know what that was.
Okay. Rich and Smart decided not to go for the kill. Just spare them a little bit.
On that one completely. I don't know what he thought was happening.
Maybe just blame the power. Blame the power. It's okay. The power just went out for a second. Yep.
Sure. We'll go with that one. But Caitlyn ran right up next to you, and you just sat there.
Yep. That was interesting. Okay. I mean, maybe he needs a break from all the kill getting and mashing, button mashing, and team fights and Fiesta.
I don't think I've ever met an Echo that thinks like that ever in my entire life.
Yeah, usually Echoes are like the try-hard persons, you know?
I can't play Echo. That's just me talking out of jealousy, so,
I mean, I can't play Echo that well either, but I have other characters for that, like Yone.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I was like, you can play a lot of mid-lane characters. I didn't want to hear it.
But enough about me. Looks like Green.
Here we go.
No.
3v1 situation. Oh, the Rise ulti? I don't know what that was.
Wait.
I have not a clue on earth what that was. He misclicked completely.
Oh no! So close to killing Hammered though.
He just gave up. He just sat there. Oh no, it was the Condemn. I'm sorry, the Condemn from Vayne is the one that is the one that
he almost got the return kill though.
Very nice. Okay, Spell Immune does not get the stun or the knock-up from the Vayne or the Ornn. Windward, though, is able to 2v1. I mean, he's a big boy. All right, Arsenic Fox is going to go ahead and ulti. Nice flash forward as well. They're going to go ahead and focus down the Ornn first. Now the rest of the team is there. Echo is looking really juicy with that 700 gold bounty. He should definitely just give up this tower, take their wins. The rest of the team doesn't need to show up. When there's 4 topside, push somewhere else. Just a pointer. Push out mid. Get the bot lane. Like, do something. Don't just run across the map.
They're waiting for this engage here.
Is this actually going to work? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Very nice. Echo's going to go ahead and go into the back line. Richard Smart's going to go ahead and take down the Mundo. Fizz everywhere now on the run. Okay, you are completely right. I take back everything I said, Brown. I'm sorry. I have sinned and I'm a bad man. Double kill. So clean. Wookie,
it's the curse.
This is the reason why you're the coach.
It's the curse.
It's the I'm sorry, Green.
You said that they were doing a bad thing and they got punished for it, but good setup by Brown to try to punish them Mundo had no ultimate. We knew that, and they knew that as well. That was a close steal from Primus, but Smite does come through. Nope, it was actually just damage, so he had a chance at stealing that, but unfortunately the hook doesn't do too much damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I am not the shot caller on my team, obviously. I can't do that. I mean, if it was me personally, I would have been like, all right, we're not running around. But that setup was just so smart. I keep on telling the enemy team not to underestimate the echo damage. I'm underestimating the echo damage, like, completely.
I think
like,
the
that
problem...
Mundo didn't have any chance.
I do think the problem was that Green didn't know where Brown was, so they just decided to back and leave Mundo and Caitlyn all alone. I mean, I don't think that was the choice. I mean, if you don't know where they are, you should probably just wait it out, see what happens. I mean, the tower's being pressured. They have a 13-2 echo. You cannot afford anyone to be left alone.
No, not even close. Like, he can one-shot every person on their team.
Yeah. And now we have Dragon.
Yeah, they're just fixing that.
It just looks like they're giving this one up on green side. A TP comes through from Orns to defend that tower, so not an easy trade.
No, that is so smooth. That is a second Infernal Drake that pulls him on soul point for the Infernal Soul, by the way. And Vayne is already a big character. Echo's already big. You do not need to add a soul, Infernal Soul, on top of this. All right, here we go. Meanwhile, we have the Echo damage coming through. Primus forced to flash. Flash from Echo on his own. Couldn't even get the blasting plant off. And even if he did, great follow from Rich and Smart anyway. So... this is not... they have no magic resist. They have 2 steel-plated caps. They're building a bunch of armor. They're not even trying to get around this Echo. At all.
Yeah, no magic resist items. I mean, only on Mundo and Blitzcrank so far. I mean, they are the only ones that can realistically build it.
I guess.
But yeah, I mean, as soon as the items come in for Rise, as soon as the magic resist elsewhere comes in, at least for Xin Zhao, it's gonna be hard to come back from this. I did say that, you know, they have sort of an early game comp. They did abuse the early, you know, kills on the Caitlyn, but it just Vayne came back.
She did. I mean, it was Echo. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Echo was the main reason why they're even alive in this game or lasting this long, because look at all this damage that he's able to do to their tankiest characters. Primus is trying to do what he can in getting these pulls, but every single character that we talked about besides Vayne is a bad time. You don't want to pull anybody else. Oh man, Arsenic Fox is going to go in and face check the bush in the top side. Echo's there. Rich and Smart is going to go in and pick up another kill. Hammer's going to pick up the kill onto Vayne and, onto Caitlyn and onto Blitzcrank there. Focus the attention now onto Windward Ocean. That's 4 members down. Double killing over to the Echo. Baron just ran out, so they're not going to have that available any longer. But let's see if they can go in and get a team gap ace. And this looks like this might be the beginning of the end for this game. Game number 3. Oh.
Yeah, they could honestly just end it here. I mean, they have 20 seconds on Mundo, their tankiest character, and Echo can blow anyone else up.
My God, this Echo. Richard Smart, you're MVP, man. You are MVP, 100 million%. No one's going to argue with that. I don't even think anybody's going to...
I mean, it might, but yeah, definitely good job on Delaware Derby Brown, the winners of the evening.
Wow. Wow. And I told you 15,000 points I'm betting on Delaware. And that game,
that's fair.
Yeah, that got me 23,278 points. Thank you so very much to everybody who participated. Next time. Brown ended up winning that one, Snacks. Delaware Derby ended up taking out the victory. It was a Game 3, very, very hard-fought series for both teams. Definitely a lot of back and forth. Like we said, early game, Green had the advantage. They had the Caitlyn. They were doing a phenomenal job. Primus with the pulls. Like, they were zoning out the Vayne. She had no kills. Vigar was the only one picking up kills. She had double her farm for a vast majority of this game. Even still in the ending, 188 farm for Caitlyn, 117 for Vayne. But
look at the
6
damage.
8 and 9 and 2.
My goodness gracious.
Let me guess. Echo? Oh
yeah.
My God.
Oh yeah.
What a surprise. Me personally, Rich and Smart is getting my MVP vote. Game number 1 did a wonderful job. absolutely wonderful, just being relevant, being everywhere and everywhere in every single lane. Actually, every single game, he was everywhere.
I
Just
mean,
absolutely everywhere.
even coming back to the game, definitely something to keep in mind. He actually disconnected.
Yeah, had the power outage, like that hurricane that's going on, pumped up the generator, got the dub for his team. That little last bit of gasoline I can hear in the tank right now, it's just like, let me give my MVP speech and then go out.
True.
That's what I'm thinking that he's saying right now, but we'll see. And,
Oh,
I mean,
Eclipse! I don't have any water on deck. I drank it all.
I got Gatorade. Does that count? I'm gonna do it anyways.
You can do it for me. But yeah, the MVP poll is up and live, so please vote for your MVP of the series. Noble already coming through with 4 votes. Interesting.
Wow. I mean, I really like that Ornn pick into this comp overall, and I don't know if you saw at the very, very end, he was able to go ahead and upgrade the Echo's item. So out of all the people, of course, I would pick Echo, and that just gave him a little bit more pizzazz on that dub.
I mean, yeah. I mean, even good gameplay in the first game on the Yorick, like that was solid performance. We saw the Garen. It didn't really work out too much for Noble, but I mean, his team, it wasn't necessarily the best pickup, I feel, for him, but he certainly did a good job on game 1 and game 3. So
yes, he definitely did. And unfortunately, Rich and Smart has to deal with some personal things right now. The house kind of flooding at the moment, so he's going to go ahead and do that.
True. Very true.
They're kind of funneling the MVP votes towards, it looks like Noble, which is very, very well earned. I mean, looking back at their games, Yorick, they won game number 1 for them, essentially. I know the rest of the team set him up, but getting the Rift Scuttle popped into the top side, just absolutely demolishing everything. Triforce Hullbreaker, attempting that in game number 2 with the Garen there.
Yeah.
Not really playing a whole lot of utility.
Right.
And then game number 3, Ornn. It doesn't get any more utility than that, like, at all. He was really relevant, came down, followed his jungler, great engages, and then, of course, if he was able to upgrade, he would have been able to upgrade more, but they closed it out at 26 minutes in game number 3.
I mean, I hope Richard Smart gets that situation under control. I hope he stays safe. It's rough right there in the central United States, so that hurricane definitely pulling in some tidal waves. So hopefully he stays safe. But yeah, Noble is looking like the MVP vote for this evening, as he has 10 votes under his belt. No doubt, at least 4 votes from his team, probably.
Yeah, he had 4 right out the gate. He was just all right, everyone Noble. Like I said, I was giving it to Richard Smart. I think he did a fantastic job, especially going into game number 3 there. But yeah, Hurricanes can't stop him though. He was like, yeah, I may be down for just a moment, but I'm coming right back. And the official MVP voting, based off of all of your inputs, is going to be Noble. So let's go ahead and get Noble. Drag him in here right now. Where you at, Noble? Found you. Let me go ahead and message him. I'm gonna be like, taking you.
For sure. And definitely well earned.
Yep, and that's all the time he gets, moving him to the couch as we speak. Hello!
What's up? How you guys doing?
I'm doing extremely well after those 3 games. How are you doing, my good sir, Mr. MVP?
I'm doing pretty good. It was a pretty fun game that we had today.
Yeah, it was really fun casting your games today, 100%. First off, we'll just start from game number 1. We'll work our way from there. Game number 1, I think Yorick was a phenomenal play. First off, I don't even think we've seen a Yorick in Team Gat play at all. I think, very confident, you're the first Yorick player that we've seen.
What?
And immediately they got banned out.
Wait, you mean like
a lot
total?
of people don't know how Yorick works. He's actually really confusing.
Wookie, have you guys played Yorick? Have you seen Yorick? Have you gone against him in Team Gat?
Have you heard of Persona? Hello?
Persona?
Yorick, come on.
I guess you're right. No.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm talking about from the
Yes.
first.
Oh,
From the
first
okay.
week. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I meant for the team cap overall, but no, you just jogged my memory. I
Yeah.
apologize. But anyways, you followed it up with some impressive York play yourself.
For sure.
You know, that whole breaker Triforce combo, sticking a topside, popping Rip Scuttle, and then single-handedly winning the game. I mean, phenomenal. Great job, great communication, and just sticking with it all the way through. But games number 2, though, Garen, what made you, like, you went with the whole breaker again, you went with the Triforce, but you didn't stay to topside. You tried to fight a lot with the team.
With Garen, me being stuck topside, I was trying my best to split push, but we had very little prio elsewhere that game, just because there was some pretty bad plays on our part, some bad calls, and Vayne got like very fed very fast, and Anivia is very strong. So the Fortnite wall she'd throw up, we couldn't really get around, and it would zone us off, so we would get picked off pretty well.
Yep.
Nautilus liked to focus me a lot, so I'd get picked off randomly. And once I started seeing multiple people topside, I know I can't get enough solo vision in their jungle alone, because you can only have one C ward at a time. So I started trying to play with the team, because they would just get picked off time and time again from the Vayne or the Anivia. So I would just try and save my flash and just throw myself on one of them, because I know I could get one of them. I can't typically get both. One of the drag fights we had, I'm not sure if it was for Soul or the drag before Soul. I took out Anivia, but she became an egg because her passive hit came up, and Vayne had just melted through me right there.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And so I kind of died off.
No, what everyone really wants to know
Yeah.
right now, I don't know if you can see it, but that Elder Drake solo, like,
it was because I was 300 gold away from being able to finish my item. If I had my item, I would have been able to solo it and get Elder for us. And it was just, I couldn't get Wit's End in time. Didn't have that extra little bit of AD I needed to kill him off when Volley came in.
A Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
good attempt though, very good attempt. But and then game number 3, I mean, you played more like utility picked, you know, tank, the Ornn pick, you know, especially for later on. You're able to go ahead and upgrade the items, but you guys didn't even get to that point. You only upgraded one item, if I'm not mistaken, and that was Echo, who was, wow, geez, like just phenomenal.
I was surprised too. Usually he's kind of, I don't know. I don't mean to talk down. We all agree. He got like really lucky with the ganks, and then he got set up well enough to where we just kept him like turbo fed, and then we're like, okay, we need the enemy team to like shove up because they'll just play safe, and that's an issue sometimes because you know we don't want to get Echo caught under tower. He loses all of his Magi stacks.
Right.
So we did some plays to make him think we weren't that good. So we kind of ran it down a little to get him to push forward more and try and dive us. So the one play where Vayne got solo killed bot lane, that was horrendous, but that was to keep them up. And it's also a gold transfer, so we can get Echo more gold. It's pretty easy. There was a play top lane where Mundo got me. I missed my W. I was like, I could kill Mundo here.
Oh, I know.
It's like, Ornn's not going to do much with gold, so I decided to throw that, and we got Mundo some gold, so then he had shutdown for Echo to get. So it just gets Echo to scale a lot faster.
Yeah, there was an interesting play from the Echo in mid lane too, where he actually dove and actually did not get out alive. That turret shot, I don't know what was up with that.
Oh, yeah.
But that
the
thing,
turret re-aggro.
the turret re-aggro just fired off another shot immediately and murdered him. But it all's good that ends well, I guess. So yeah, that was definitely good games from you, Noble.
You definitely mean to tell me that this was inting with style.
Tactical
essentially.
inting.
So,
Tactical
it was
int.
Tactical
It
inting. Okay.
was boost their ego. It's like a mental play. It's like they're playing checkers, but we're playing chess.
Well, what's interesting, I think, is that you guys had in the third game, you guys had the bot lane, you know, getting shoved in, but they just seemed to just disrespect the vision. They had no vision, and Echo ganked like 3 or 4 times down there with no vision on the side of green. So you guys definitely played to their weaknesses in that case. So
Yeah. I mean, you guys did a great job adapting. Like, even into game 2, it's still, you guys could have taken that game 2 definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Like you said, there was a few missed calls, things like that, but it didn't matter. You guys definitely came right back in game number 3. I know it was a little bit rough for Hammered in the very beginning. Viger was picking up a lot of early kills. He was 0-1-4 at one point, but then he ended the game 9-2-10. Like, you guys did a phenomenal job just sticking around your hard carries, getting Echo, and trusting Echo to just continue doing what he's doing. And I mean, like, seriously, overall, great gameplay. I'm personally very excited to go up against you all, hopefully very soon.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a fun game. I wasn't able to make it last week, which was too bad. My power went out, so it was unfortunate. I guess that like runs through our team. Last week my power went out. This week Tyler's went out, but luckily it came back. The generator came on. It was all lucky. I'm just worried about his house, man. There's
it's
lot
rough
going
out
on.
there right now. Hoping everyone stays safe.
Yeah, that's a big thing. We have a lot of people like in the Texas area, things like that, and we're in Florida ourselves, so we definitely understand that hurricane aspect of it. So, I hope everyone's safe out there, and but once again, congratulations on this victory. Do you have any other questions, Wookie? Any shout-outs or anything like that you want to go ahead and do before we close up here?
I think that's it. Congratulations, Noble. You guys played well. I mean, it was a 2-1 series, and despite the power outage, you guys came through with a banger of a series.
Absolute banger. Like, yeah, seriously, great job again. And check us out. I think we do have one more game this week. I'm double checking. Oh, goodness.
We have 2 more games this week.
2 more. Okay. All right. So I said at least one, so I'm not lying. Definitely we have. Okay, yeah, it looks like 2 more games. We have.
One's
I got
tomorrow.
the dates. I can't read. Yeah, tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's going to be Silver Aqua. That's Inting Geniuses, I believe, for tomorrow, correct?
Inting Geniuses Aqua versus our newest silver team, Team Checkmate, which is Silver Gray. So they're going to be, they were a recent team, I think, that was added. And so they're going to be doing their first game tomorrow.
Ooh! Looking forward to that. But yes, once again, tonight's winner and the MVP for tonight's match is Noble himself, the god, the man, the myth, the legend. It's Noble. I am your boy Rylionn, the host with the most and the absolute sexy beard. Please don't get rid of it. Wookie himself, my co-caster, my partner in crime, my love. But yes, we will see you tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You all have a good night. Peace.
Good night.